Okay, boys, gotta finish this quick. Let's go, let's go. IS4 is soon. Versus Icefield Entrance, right? Kaczynski Scientific Investigation Supply Depot. Oh, finally here. He's under fast freeze. Colombian Billy Bro versus Cotus Docilis Horror Show. Verifying pass freeze. Confirmed. Colombian. Verifying speaker. Confirmed. Right, lads, your numbers here are full 5. My mommy Magalan? Welcome to the right Kaczynski Scientific Investigation Supply Depot. Oh, God. But system in Ursa's double K station is slightly damaged. Maintenance is necessary for now. That should do. It's Maggie, eh? But this is, what's her name? Santala. I did not get her, though. Unfortunate. I did get Paprika. Paprika. Freaking Emperor. Professor Mary's team probably took enough supplies for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 20 people. 20 people versus supplies for a team of 15. Interesting. Only 5% of supplies remaining. Enough for 10 people. Including myself. Requires stock. Now, what else? So, they had an extended stay, huh? Well, quote unquote. Structure shows no sign of damage. Energy, no recharge needed. Life support equipment still good. Temperature's alright. Pressing keys appear to be unused. Doors and windows shows no sign of external damage. Finally, yep, that's the route. Signals returned for outposts along the route. 13 reports along the way suggest they didn't run into any trouble. Two months ago, Ryan Labs. Ryan Labs. Alright, I prepared the part. Anything else you need from me for? That should be all. There's one last thing, but you can't tell anyone. Huh? Sure, I can keep a secret. Shifty person. Director Mariam's team went missing in the ice field. Okay. Huh? What happened to Professor Mary? Up. Keep it down. Muffled. Anyway, that's the gist of it. So your top priority in this trip? Yep. Find and rescue the director's team. It's been quite a while, isn't it? The Exploration Society is already organizing their own search and rescue. I'm sure you know how inefficient they always are. So, you're the only one they can count on. Got it. Is even still alive. In human form. And mind. The other outposts seem normal. Means they're still together. That or... Signal from a Colombian outpost. Yep. Receiver. Hello. This is Colombian base. We're under attack. Need help. Coordinates? A signal sent by Professor Mary himself. Which means he should still be there. Take some time for the signal to travel all the way here. That's her own cheeks. First things first, Magellan. Cha-ching. Beep beep. Magellan. Identity verified. How may I help you? Give me both the outgoing and incoming signal logs from Colombia the last 3 or so months. Thanks. Confirmed. Beginning encrypted callbacks to messenger outpost. This is the base station established by the Exploration Society too, so that will be convenient for applying for an Icefield entry permit. You can go as soon as the messenger from Ursus gets here to confirm the documents. I'm on my way, Professor, so stay out of any serious trouble. Yeah, about that. That was fast. Please give me a moment. I'll be right there. Hi there. It's Venta Magalan. Is this Mr. Ivan? Yes, on business as usual. One sec, I'll open the door for you. Oh, this fella. Hello, Mr. Ivan. Would you like to take a rest inside? You know the rules, Miss Magalan. If I take even half a step forward, we'll never hear the end of it from the Colombians. It's just us here. Who's gonna know? Your little machine is already keeping a close eye on us. Between you and me, the systems here aren't as smart as you think. Haha. Still, better to be safe than sorry than dealing with the Colombians. True. Not that I don't trust you, of course, but allow me to decline your kind invitation out of an abundance of caution. Now then, if you could show me your documents. Here you go, sir. Customs. Yep. That should be all of them. Entry permit, expedition information, cartography commission. Very good, Miss Magalan. Everything seems to be in order. Ooh, but that said, I have some unfortunate news for you. Here we go. Yep, everything's been cancelled. Wow. But the documents should all be. I doubt it's the first time you've experienced this, so please try to understand the situation. I have to go. It's urgent. But could you please manage some kind of workaround? It's not impossible. You can tell me why. Really? Really? So the thing is, we have a missing team out there and need to find them. Or at least confirm their situation. Their lives at stake here, so whatever conditions there are, I'll agree to them after I find them. Then you should have reported this through official channels and waited for an Ursus rescue team. Why set out on your own? I understand, I really do, but an official rescue team needs time to prepare, right? I'm an explorer too, one pretty familiar with the ice field if I do say so myself, and finding them even a day earlier will make the follow-up rescue that much simpler. Also, I understand. Then do you mind sharing the missing group's last known coordinates? Eh? Oh, okay, just give me a moment. They should be around here. Thank you. Fills the beans. First, I obtained the Colombians' coordinates. Based on them, they likely have something to do with what's happening in the north. Very good. What do we do with the girl? She's supposedly a veteran explorer from Colombia, but her importance to the country is unclear. Keep an eye on her and wait for the instructions. Understood. Beep boop. Mr. Ivan, I just confirmed with my colleagues. My apologies, Miss Magalan, but we still can't let you head any further north. The front is under military control, so it's out of our hands. Of my hands. Then, but to make up for it, I can accompany you anywhere within Ursus territory. My status as an Ursus official should simplify things for you. Let me think then. Oh right, Sami. No one will block me if I enter the ice field through Sami, right? In theory, yes. However, then let's go to Sami first. Well, we got you there, buddy. Oh, already, Mr. Ivan? Please take me there now. Once enter the ice field through Sami, do you have enough time to run a background check? Just do what she wants. Investigating Colombian with a public identity won't take long. When you reach the border, the guards will send someone to take over your job. Roger. Careful not to let the witch spot you. Understood. I'm assuming that's Santala? As you wish, Miss Magalan. Oh, please. Oh, hello, Ursine officers. Captain, a moment, please. You have a question, soldier? Yes, Captain, regarding our mission. You have concerns about the military's arrangements? No, sir, I wouldn't dare. I was only thinking about how we treat the Sam. Pity those creatures? Yes, Captain, I think. Wait, what did you just say? I can understand your sympathy. Let me ask you a question, though, soldier. As I recall, you're the son of a farm. Yes. And on your family's land, you must breed burden beasts. Use them to pull your carts and otherwise create value as your father demands. Oh, here we go. You think those burden beasts would have done that? Would have done any of that on their own without your father to tame them? Of course not. What makes you think the Sami would? What happened? After Ursus people overthrew the Hippogriff's rule, they spent a millennium transforming the land into what Ursus needed it to be. And yet Sami remains a desolate woodland. Sami have contributed nothing to civilization. I believe that with proper guidance, they will eventually come to understand the painstaking effort Ursus has made. Brought them the fire of civilization, so they should be shedding tears of gratitude. The response, well, I believe it goes without saying. Yes. They understand only strength. More civilized means of persuasion fall on deaf ears. As such, balance is a necessary evil. When their descendants are living in sturdy homes and enjoying the products of Ursus culture, then they'll understand. Yes, sir, colonization. Reporting in, a group of Sami sighted ahead, engaged in combat with the demons. Oh boy. Get information and have the caster team ready their arts. Yes, sir. Captain, you. Not even a disobedient burden beast deserves to be devoured by starving beasts. Wouldn't you agree? All units prepare to attack the demons. Yes, sir. Oh god. Border with the demons. Very fun. 1 week later, Sammy Ursa's border. Ivan. Just a little further, we'll reach the border sentry out. Sammy is a short trek from there. This is as far as I can accompany. That it's been a whole lot easier communicating with anyone from Ursus with you around. Your Ursan isn't bad, although your accent is thick. I know I'll be fixing that anytime soon. I still have a lot to learn. Sometimes I can't understand the word you're saying, Mr. Ivan. It's an obscure regional dialect. Not even other Ursus can understand me sometimes. I'll teach you some on your next visit. If you're not so busy next time. Really? That'll be wonderful. Thanks. Ha, you're very welcome. By the way, are you particularly familiar with Sami? Well, I've never used this route before, so not really. However, it takes just as many supplies to get through Sami as it does to enter the ice field. There are fewer outposts there as you get nearer to the ice field, so restocking is difficult too. Indeed, it is a savage place. Here we go. Don't seem to like it much, Mr. Ivan. Normally, there's a permanent garrison at every outpost on the Ursus border. The Sami Ursus border only has regular patrols. Can you guess why? As Ursus have some sort of dispute with Sami. Dispute? Sami invaded Ursus territory and attacked our soldiers, all to satisfy their malicious, primitive desires. Even the sentry outpost up ahead was once occupied by the Sami for no reason at all. We even so kindly helped them repel the demons before issuing a protest to reclaim our territory. But they refused to leave and even harmed our soldiers. In the end, whoops. We had no choice but to drive them out with force. So saith the Ursine. Is that so? The barbarous Sami exacted their revenge by sending out a vengeful spirit we call the Witch. She killed every last soldier at the outpost and has been wandering the border ever since. Whenever she runs across a small squad, she'll engulf them in a snow, going in for the kill. Or she'll hide in the wind and snow. We can neither get rid of her nor chase her away. A real thorn in our side. In the end, our only option is to strengthen the border defenses with an elite patrol squad, simply to prevent the Sami from wreaking further havoc. So they sent in royal guards. You must also be careful when passing through Sami. The moment you spat on an outsider, they will not stop until they rip out your throat to sip on your blood. Like the wild beasts swarming the snowfield, we can only keep them in check by force. Am I clear? Yeah, you're clear. Good. It's windy out here. Let's hurry to the outpost and get some rest. Hello, witch. Assuming it is Santala. Wait, did Magalan meet Santala? I forget. Or is it just a drone? What was that event? Shoot. Operation Intelligence. Oh, hello. Is the monster still there? It's been driven off, so we should be safe for now. Ooh, wonderful. Hey, friends from Ursus, how's the situation over there? No casualties on our end. Freya, do you still have any extra water? Bring some for our Ursus friends at once. Oof, that was a little dangerous earlier. If you guys haven't helped out, some of our fledglings here might already be on their way to meet the ancestors. Please, there's no need for that. We share a common enemy. Where are your people headed to next? Just happen to be passing by while performing our military duties. People of Russia sure are stiff. You just fought demons and you're still thinking about these military duties of yours. Brothers must be exhausted. Come rest at our camp, warm yourselves by the fire, and have some dried meat before hitting the road again, friend. Then I suppose it'd be rude to refuse. There's no need to be so polite. Freya, where's that water? Still patching someone up. Give me a moment. Forget about it then. We're bringing them back to camp for drinks. Santala. What's wrong? Not what wrong. Double check that there are no more demons in the area, while I take the wounded and our Ursus friends back to camp. Got it. Then I'll return when I'm done. Remember to leave me a spot under the tree. But of course. Get up, kiddos. Time to head home. Enough soldiers, advance information. Is this really a sentry outpost? It's so spacious. This tree smack dab in the center. Does Ursus have a custom of planting trees in the middle of buildings, Mr. Ivan? It was planted by the Sami and has been dead for a long time. Fortunately, it's sturdy enough to act as a much needed barrier out here in the snowfield. So we decided to let it stand rather than cutting it down for firewood. There aren't any other trees in 100 miles. Why would they randomly plant one right in the middle of the snowfield? I wouldn't know. Can I collect some samples? By all means. Evil tree. Oh, hello, music. Right at the dead tree outpost, which has not bothered us. We finished our investigation into the girl too. Her background is unremarkable. We make use of her expertise. Border guards will move to her position as soon as they can. They'll take the girl and pass her on to the investigation. We need someone to guide them across the ice. Your role ends there. Understood. I'll go ahead and prepare the signal beacon to connect them anytime. My apologies, little one. Bruh. Up. My apologies, friend. What are you doing? Lower your weapons. My duty is to expand our territory for His Majesty the Emperor. What? From today onwards, this too is Ursa's territory. Of course. No, what? What exactly do you mean? Did I not make myself clear, barbarian? This is the only settlement within 100 kilometers. Once we occupy it, Great Ursus will naturally be the master of this land. As this is now Ursa's territory, I must request that you leave. We've been living here for ages, while all you've done is plant a flag. What grounds do you have to claim this land as yours? Because we're here now, no more reason is needed. In honor of our friendship and mutual assistance against the demons, I'll give each of you two choices. Displace at once or become subjects of Ursus. You and your people are excellent warriors, so our nation will gladly welcome you. Of course, you must learn to speak Ursine well, wear Ursus clothing, and most importantly, abandon your abominable and heretical beliefs. Jesus. You. Shut that witch up. Whoops. Freya. Oh. Come plucking their freaking bayonets. Don't do anything foolish and don't even think about resisting. Oh, old tree, I plead you bear witness in my stead. Excuse me? Yeah. Oh, he charged. Well, here comes the gunpowder. Please speak. Question. The wind from the direction of the border guard seemed off, so there might be an incoming snowstorm. Find an open space to deploy a signal beacon for them. And upon making contact, take the target and leave the area immediately. Understood. Hello. I see you're done collecting samples. This tree has some amazing properties. Biologically speaking, it's completely withered. But what's strange is how parts of it still feel alive and well. With more thorough research, I might even be able to publish a whole paper on it. A great blessing to academia, no doubt. But there's a snowstorm coming, so you better go shelter in the outpost first. Ah, gotcha. Oh, not joining me, Mr. Ivan? I'm going to go check on. I'm going to go check the scale of the sandstorm. I'm going to go check the scale of the storm so that if the weather worsens, we'll still have a chance to send for help. It was that hard. Oh, okay. Please have some of this before you go. I just heated up some water, so have a cup to warm yourself up. That's all right. I'll be back, Sir Ivan. Stussy. Oh, hello. Nice tent. Wait, why am I hiding in here by the fire while he's hard at work outside? That doesn't seem right. I'm an explorer, aren't I? How can I let my companion face this alone? Maybe I should. So cold. Ow, my face hurts. Wind's picking up. Need to be careful, Mr. Ivan. That's Mr. Ivan? No, that's not. That's. Is that a demon? Nope, it's Santala. Gust of wind kicks up waves of snow, pouring towards the outpost. However, the waves seem to advance only sluggishly, at a controlled speed, as if commanded to do so. This is not an optical illusion caused by the distance, but the wind and snow are indeed following orders. They dare not let even a snowflake overtake their leader without permission. And she, currently leading the wind's charge, holds her scepter high as she slowly makes her way towards the outpost. One step, then another. Smooth, steady, unquestionable, until the land is buried beneath the wind and snow. Or so it might have gone. Magellan welcomes the scene more than anyone else on the northern frontier. Because the woman walking amongst the ice and snow is her best friend on the ice field. Okay, so they did meet. Can't recall operation intelligence. Simone. As her shot travels across the snow, Magellan clearly feels the wind outside. The waves of snow behind Simone vanish without a trace as she walks up to Magellan. Hello, Magellan. Shouldn't you be out on an icefield expedition? What brings you here? Professor I respect has gone missing out there, but Ursus blocked the route again, so I had to take the long way around. I warmed up some tea. You want some? Why, thank you. Gold glowed. Oof. So you want to enter the ice field from Sami? Uh-huh. Alright, Simon, you're a Sami, right? That I am? Then you... How could I possibly not help out a good acquaintance? Hehehe. Okay, then I'll say goodbye to Mr. Ivan when he gets back, and then we can head into Sami. Although I heard it's kind of primitive there and really scary. Is that what the Ursus messenger told you? He also said there's a witch around here who attacks people for no reason, so I should be careful. The Ursus are all like that. So what kind of person do you imagine this witch to be? A little scary, just like this tree. Mr. Ivan really seems to loathe Sami, though. He was so upfront about it too. Us Sami hate the Ursus just as much. But why? Couldn't you just talk out this misunderstanding? Because to them, conquest is far simpler than understanding. You see just one annoying witch, but countless Sami have already... No, it's getting late. Where did you see your friend was headed? North, towards the snowstorm. Wait here, I'll go help him out. I think it's better if we go together. Stay put, Magellan. You're safer in here. Okay then. Be careful out there, Simone. Mm-hmm. And be careful of the witch, yeah? Ha. If she does show up, I'll be sure to stay far away from her. In the meantime, could you warm up some more tea? Mm-hmm. Hint, she's the witch. And now I'm all alone. Again. I hope Mr. Ivan and Simone can get along out there. What do you think, Mr. Tree? Ancient dead tree responds with silence. Interesting choice. Yeah, that. I still don't get it. How can they fight off a common enemy together one minute and go for each other's throats the next? Is cooperation obviously the better choice? Yes. The venerable tree ponders for a moment. It decides to answer by smacking its withered branches together. Huh. What about you, Mr. Tree? Did you come here to the snowfield all on your own because other people couldn't understand you? The towering tree feels the question is difficult to answer, so chooses to remain silent. You're right, that was a stupid question. But if possible, I still hope we can. I'm back. That was fast. Did she kill him? Oh, here's your tea. Thank you. So, where's Mr. Ivan? I looked where you told me to, but couldn't find the messenger you mentioned. Storm from the north is close. Perhaps he's already rendezvoused with the border guards he called for help and taken refuge with them. First century outposts aren't sturdy enough to withstand a snowstorm this strong. This building will be completely crushed. We might also want to... Can we wait just a bit longer? Mr. Ivan is a pretty experienced messenger, and we've known each other a long time. I don't think he'd be caught up by a snowstorm like this. If you insist, just a bit longer, I'll let the old tree know that we're safe. The old tree? Simone, are you from around here? It used to be my duty to protect this unchanging old tree. It may have transcended death, but failed to be remembered. And to think all this happened because of a moment of kind-heartedness. We sow goodwill only to reap evil. This is how the land does things. So that's why there's a witch roaming nearby. Perhaps. About time. We'll be trapped in here if we don't get moving. What are you doing? Finding a spot protected from the wind to leave a mark for him. I have to at least let him know I made it out safely. Hmm? I should do it. I'm leaving, Mr. Ivan. Goodbye. Let's go, Magellan. Hmm. Too kind to a fault. Wind and snow seem so docile when I'm with you, Simone. Just a little arts I happen to know. That communicator on your shoulder? I don't quite see. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. This? Brought from Ursus. Works quite well. Or is it the staff itself? Do you need one? I'm good. Colombian communicators are way easier to use than Ursus ones. Simone? Yes? There's something I need to apologize to you for. I hope you won't get angry. I won't know until I hear it. So early at the Sentry outpost, I got a little excited and took some samples from Mr. Tree. Did you harm the old tree? No, the thing is, I didn't intend to make a hole to collect a sample. But as soon as I touched it, it just dropped two pieces of bark. So really, I didn't bark. Yeah, please don't get mad. I didn't doodle on it or anything. May I see them? Huh. Is it a Treyant? It's a Treyant, isn't it? By putting the pieces of bark together. Idiot. Hylir? Okay. I gotta check if this is an idiot. Nope. And which one is this? Illir. Hylir. Nope. Doesn't seem like so as well. Unless it's the region. Icelandic, Swedish. Thank you so much. Is it, Simone? Oh, nothing. Be peace with you. The old tree won't blame you for it. Oh, thank you, Mr. Tree. Yes, praise be the old tree. The snowstorm will be here soon, so we need to hurry and find somewhere suitable to spend the night. Let's go. One down. Go, 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 go. This was Typhon. Oh, hello. Do we have news on Lazal and the other men who disappeared? Yeah, we can't stop searching. Demons have been through here. The ice there has arts damage. It was a hard fight. What? I'm assuming the ice is damaged by arts? They are all roots of the frost maple and respected warriors, but not even their bodies remain? Bad weather is known to befall the ice. This kind of weather has been happening far too often of late. Hadn't Sammy long since warned us through Eikstirnir? Come, we must reinforce the fortifications, keep a close eye on every mountain pass. Spoken demons. Where did they come from? Since they seem to be inhabiting near the portal key. We've entered the Veterton. The current temperature is 31 degrees below zero. Negative 31. Jeez. So far, I haven't yet to find any comp station within Sami borders. I haven't been able to make contact with Director Mariam's expedition team. Professor Mary isn't around. Who am I even going to send these notes to? Every time he reads my reports, he Points out all the phenomena I should have paid closer attention. We passed through the local settlement mentioned in previous expedition records at the foot of the field Vetterton, near the edge of the forest. If that's even how you say it. Even though I only lost a single glove, it feels so cold. Of course. Need a hand? Don't say that. Oh, it's alright, Simon. I'm almost done with this report. I'll be ready to leave the shelter and brave the blizzard soon. Now, where was I? Right. Settlement had vanished. I asked Simone. I asked an accompanying Sami about this, and it seems that Sami tribes are known to move around. Makes sense? I think. Jesus, that's thick. Well, there it is. Blizzard. Why did they move? I tried looking into it, but couldn't figure anything out. Is that a demon? Simone told me it was Sami herself. She told them that danger was drawing near and that they had to leave. But the climate data we've collected so far aren't all that different from the historical record. There doesn't seem to be any changes in long-term trends either. What kind of danger is Sami facing? Looks like the scientific investigation section data needs to be updated. Right, Sami's still a blind spot in our knowledge. But it seems the Sami really don't like being disturbed. Professor Mary, you've always wanted to work with them, but haven't been able to. It takes so much effort to get our applications processed in Ursus. We could just find a new path into the ice fields through Sami and build more research stations. Our expeditions would be so much easier. Unfortunately, the Sami don't want anyone in the ice field. Right. Eh? You finally noticed? Was I just talking to Professor Mary? Simone? What's the matter? Do you see a group of people over there? There's too much snow. I can't quite. My gala. Is it really Professor Mary? Simone, I need to head over there for a look. Ah, really you. Thank goodness. Found you guys. I knew you'd be safe. Oh, here come the demons. Weird. How come I can't speak? Oh. My heart's beating too fast. Am I trembling? Why? No. I need to stop the professor and take them back. Professor? Oh. Shh. Don't listen. Don't look. Don't speak. Yes, Simone? It's time. What? Why is she like... Why is she smiling like that? Oh, God. I don't blame you, Simone. It's been a long time since your last visit. It's no wonder you didn't sense it. Ah, I see. So now I'm a visitor here. Not as much as her, but still a visitor. The route you took hasn't been used for a long time. You're lucky I take this leader every time. So the warriors still haven't accepted you. Even now? The land yourself clearly regards you as a beloved child. In any case, thank you for your help, Typhon. No need to pay me back. What I hid around here is more than enough to last me a few months. You said you were heading to the ice field to look for missing southerners? Yes. Then let me come with you. The missing man must have run into trouble. I'll help you protect them. Eh? I can talk now? Is it okay if I talk? Listen, don't move. Why are you raising your hands? Because I heard the Sami are very fierce. They don't like it when others enter the ice field. I'm really not plotting anything bad. What is that smile? Well, the warriors here are indeed fierce, but I'm no warrior. Anyway, I woke you up just now with my arts, but you can still hear the voices, right? Yeah, I can. It's okay. I've realized it's a hallucination by now. I'm not stupid enough to keep talking to it. Right. So jot this down in my notes. Do you know what causes these hallucinations? Exhaustion due to extreme weather? Maybe something in the water that paralyzes the central nervous system. The fuck kind of water? Right. Do not drink water in fucking icy things. They have worms. Come here. Your ear. Your ear? Okay, go ahead and tell me. Alright, now the other side. Okay, huh? Aren't you going to whisper something? Did you just rub something on my ears? It felt kinda cold. Now put this under your tongue and press under. Moss in a ball of mud? I know that explorers sometimes boil leather when they're completely out of food. I've never considered eating moss in an emergency. Alright, Magellan, be brave and give it a shot. Being so suspicious of everything, just put it in your mouth. Now you only hear your own voice and won't be bothered by those strange noises. Really? You're so helpful. Wait, won't I be deaf to any environmental dangers too? It'll also affect my balance when I climb. It's too risky. Don't be afraid, just trust Typhon. We'll take you somewhere where the snow's not contaminated. Yeah, we'll give you a hand signal when you can spit the mud out. Until then, don't talk too loud. You don't want it to hear you. What are these facial expressions? Alright. The young explorer suddenly stops and looks in the direction where no one's standing. The brief pause lasts only 2 seconds. She quickly follows Typhon's directions and squeezes the mud ball into her mouth, as though nothing unusual had happened. Yeah, I can't hear anything now. Fucking demons, bruh. This is paranoia. Stop. Huh? There's must be first scattered in the snow. It's kind of detection arts. Good thing you held Magellan back. We couldn't escape the warrior's eyes, but at the very least, our visit seems a little more respectful this way. Should we have her spit out the mud ball? You can fill her in on the situation. If her plan was to enter the icefield this way, then she probably knows nothing about the northern front. No need, leave the negotiations to me. Most of these warriors would chase us off with their hammers the moment they hear Colombian or the common tongue. Ah, see? It's the Legion. They aren't going to talk to us. Hello, sirs. You, daughter of the Santala tree. Greetings, warriors of Tree Scar. You're with an outlander, and the hunter with the black bow. Indeed, but please don't be so quick to attack. This outlander asks nothing of Sam. Simply seek to enter the endless ice field. Sami warriors surround them in silence. They show no intention of backing off. Though silent, their stances remain unchanged, with their hands on their weapons. Regardless, Santala seems to know exactly what it is they need to hear. I understand, it's against the rules. No one should enter the ice field rashly. We built these high walls not only to keep the ice field's disasters at bay, but also to stop the Sami and wild beasts. But her dear mentor has disappeared into the ice field. She is earnestly trying to rescue someone who is practically family for her, and I hope you can make an exception. The Sami warriors do not move an inch. Please trust us. We will take care of the southerner and prevent her from acting rashly against Sami. She won't become lost. Absolutely won't become your enemy. We are accompanying her in order to take care of any worst case scenarios that might happen to her or the missing man. Trust that black bow too? You want us to trust the daughter of a crazed cyclops? That black bow means nothing. She fights the same enemy as you. Mine may be clear, but that doesn't mean her weapon won't bring misfortune. Interesting. There was a time when we brought back the belongings of every last fallen warrior until we realized that the enemy could find us through their contaminated relics. Okay. I'm sure you know this well. Simone from under the Santala tree. I am a shaman no longer. If that identity will make you reconsider, then I am more than happy to use it. There's so many among us who remember the warrior who almost became a snow priest, but she ran from her duties, so we do not intend to bring up her past. Okay, so that's a potential 6-star, a snow priest. Her power can still take care of those around her. A team that went missing amounts to more than a dozen men. Northern warriors I know would never turn a blind eye with so many lives on the line. No. You must bear the harshness of fate, daughter of the Santala tree. Endure it. Do not run away. Those are Eichner's words. Did he learn something from his divination about the whole northern realm? I have no answers for outsiders. Eichner has already led many a warrior south to inform each tribe of Sami's whispers. I understand. If Sami has made her prophecy, I shan't insist on entering the ice field. Now that it's come to this, we lack the supplies to head back down the mountain and take the long way around. Even though the demon's contamination spreads without end, we have no choice but to continue our journey through the mountains and through the paths guarded by your warriors. Supplies? You only have the Southerners' shortcomings to blame. Claim the land a barren wilderness, which is why they find themselves unable to survive in nature. I'm simply asking that you. Let's go, Simon. Don't owe them an explanation. Wait, that hand signal. Are you for real? Yeah, trust me. That smiled. Cheeky bastard smile. Hello. Just hold on a moment. Ugh, so bitter. Phew, let me explain. I'm not a bad guy, I'm just an explorer. The only thing in these crates are reserved rooms. You can open them up if you want to look. I'm not trying to sneak into the ice field either. I just didn't know how to get in touch with the Sami government to submit an application. Wait, does Sami have a government? I haven't actually seen anything resembling one. I do have the documents I was going to hand over to Ursus. My ID, exploration permit, and the abandoned route plans. They all prove that I'm just an explorer, nothing more. Anyways, Simon and Typhon have both been so nice to me. Please don't blame them. If it's me that you're suspicious of, I'll explain everything. Also, huh? She's not imagining things. Everyone's expressions grow increasingly solemn with every word she says. Oh, the demons again? Jesus. These things are extremely dangerous, huh? They're all looking behind her, as though they too can hear her hallucinations. Run, you bird brain. You brought an omen of disaster right into the group. This way. Is this the path you mentioned? That's right. Ha! That was close. Arrow hit the rock. Thanks, Rock. Thanks, we Albert Don. You probably mistook it for one of us in this thick snowfall. Your arts come in handy, Simone. I knew I could trust you to keep us hidden. Okay, now this way. Well, gotten quiet. Let me check. Yeah, I don't see them anymore. Good, we shook them off. Or perhaps they stopped giving chase. Whatever the case, we should be safe now, right? Whew. All of a sudden, I'm out of breath. Give me your hand, I'll help you. Thanks. Expedition equipment and my protective gear are all just too heavy. When they designed this extreme north exploration gear, they probably didn't think we need to run in the mountains. No, wait, I need to apologize. I couldn't hear anything earlier, but it looked like you were bickering because of me. And then I got ahead of myself and started shouting. The director always tells me to think before I act, but maybe it's because I have no idea what's so scary about these hallucinations. But I didn't really think that through, did I? No need to apologize. Why is she always pouting? Nature doesn't debate right and wrong. All that matters is closeness. The same goes for those northern warriors just now. Closeness? They're just like a chain of mountains. No matter what you say to them, you will never become part of the mountains. All you can do is try your hardest to surmount them. Of course, you also can't tell the mountains that they're wrong. It should be flat ground instead. Eh? Why are they so unwilling to talk it out? Let's set aside whether they could even understand you. Those warriors normally have no need for words. See, if you and I lived together all day, every day, and everything we did was the same daily routine, patrolling, hunting, fighting, we wouldn't have much reason to talk. Because we'd be too used to everything. No, because communication is only needed when we think different thoughts. That's why I call them a chain of mountains. Besides, they have to deal with the Ursus too. With them, they must be wary of any outlanders whose intentions they cannot discern at a single glance. It may seem a little cruel, but it's how they have to live. In some, one must accept fate, no matter what form it takes. Fate. It's done is done. The signal I gave back there was for Simone to run. When you're dealing with those warriors, most of the time you're going to have to back down. You can't count on them giving way. That said, now we can't reach the ice field to find your teacher. Well, so what are you going to do now? I guess I'll go to Kapat to request help. That's the southernmost city in Sami, right? Yeah, it's where a lot of Colombian companies have their only branch offices in Sami. Now that the Ursus route is sealed off, it's the only place the Exploration Society can mount a rescue from. I'll rendezvous with them and try my best to collect information on the route. After all, nobody's really all that familiar with Sami. I'll keep escorting you then. Smiley face pout. I don't need payment. I have no use for most of the trinkets Southerners offer. I just happen to have a client waiting for me in Kapat. Okay, when she says Southerners, because they're from the north. What about you, Simone? I promised I'd stay with you, didn't I? Hehehe. But Typhon. Typhon Typhon. I know it's that Greek two-headed dog. How do you say the name? Where is it? Choo. Is that in Wikipedia? Really? You don't have a pronunciation thing? Typhon. Interesting. A Typhon. Where does this path lead? I find it hard to imagine that there's still paths in this mountain that the scouts haven't discovered. That's because this take us. That's because this takes us to where Argus lives. Cyclops Cave. Yeah, I guess it's my home too. At least I grew up there. I may have used sarcasm arts to cover our tracks, but any veteran shaman is bound to figure it out in an instant. I doubt they'd want to disturb a Cyclops. No one likes hearing the prophesized tragedies doomed to befall them after all. They kept chase, I'd had to count on Argus being home to help us out. Luckily, they weren't so patient. This is making me feel uneasy. They give up far too easily. Almost as if they abandoned us in the snow. There's nothing to fear. I'm watching our surroundings. What that? Snow creaks beneath their feet. Alright, the disaster you mentioned earlier. What's that all about? Able to find the source of the auditory hallucinations and bring back samples to Ryan for analysis, maybe we could find a more long-term remedy. Neither of them answer Magellan right away. Instead, the sound of their boots sinking into the snow grows louder by the step. What a strange question. Do you people think that catastrophes, the cold, or the fangs of a mangler will just up and disappear one day? Disaster is relatively less common. If it comes knocking on your door, you cannot defeat it. Just like now. The sound of their footsteps in the snow stops. While she wasn't paying attention, the snow had become light as a feather. Gallant blinks and does a double take. Am I hallucinating again? Or is it snowing upwards? No, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Snow is floating midair above our heads. I need to gather samples. Give me a minute to activate the drones. A snowflake that's still floating up. Ah, got it. Next snow that's accumulated midair. Watch out! Is that a trap? Snow crumbles down. And from what I can barely make out given the visibility, there seems to be a lot more accumulated in the sky up ahead. If we keep going, it's enough to bury all three of us once it comes crumbling down. This phenomenon must have been around for a while. We already knew about it. We stopped giving chase. We knew we were prey driven to a dead end. Not even a snow priest's arts can do anything about this. Nor can I. Any snow I summon will only float upward and break free from my control. You're assuming that's demon contamination? Wait, Magellan, stay close to us. It's dangerous to go alone. It's okay. I just need to get a little farther away to collect samples. If the drones lose their balance while gathering and knock down the midair snow, only I'll be burned. Whoa, that was close. Do you feel it? The snow is trembling. Each step we take awakens. A girl like her won't stop here. Give me your hand. Most people don't like doing this. Given the circumstances, we should give it a shot. Right, to make sure the blood flows onto the arrowhead, I'll need to cut a little deeper. You don't need me to worry about you, right? Make sure the blood flows onto the arrowhead. Okay, what are we doing here? Do what you must, Typhon. Typhon? Just don't cut too deep because our hands are numbed by the cold. Okay. Snow's coming down more quickly. Yeah, the black seeds buried in the stone know my bow and arrows. This is exactly why people always misunderstand. Oh, they're reacting to her. What? Okay. What kind of weapon is that? Okay, it's just Magellan left. Magellan? What's your status? Oh, I'm fine. It's just the snow fell down and blocked the path. Can you switch the snow clearing module? Okay, you two can come over now. Give me your hand first. Take off your glove. Give me a bit of time to steel myself first. Okay, here. Swing. I'll do it. Huh. Yeah, the arrow soaked in three women's blood breezes through the cold wind. With a loud bang, an entire slab of frozen snow comes crashing down onto a cliff to the side. Sarcasm witchcraft immediately. Oh my god. The snow up to there won't fall anymore. I'll keep an eye out for the next place. That looks dangerous and deal with it ahead of time in the same way. Let's keep going. Oh, hello. Oh, hell no. I laughed. Found a few more dead hornbees close to the spring water. Followed the Sami Villain, the will of the land, and moved our entire tribe from the foot of the mountain all the way through the thunder. Why aren't we free of the disastrous corrosion? What are they calling a disaster? I'm assuming it's corrosion. I mean, they're definitely talking about demon contamination. We should try the divination one more time. Just one more time. See when the land will finally grant us peace. Who else doing this divination? Or do you mean the Cyclops that traveled with us back then was telling the truth? There would come a day when desolation would befall our tribe. Didn't you say that somebody lived here? Tifon. Tifan. Fan. Very hard to break habits. Yeah, and that I used to live here too. Oh, hello. What is this? Mountain of Madness looking thing. Ah, she's not here, as usual. But this is a cave. Ah, too bad Simon had to leave because something came up. If you were here, she could tell me if this is normal or not. Hmm? Ah, nothing. Just wondering how I should describe this place in my note. Whatever works for you. Here, jerky and salt. Argus isn't stingy. You can take whatever you want. Now, we should have enough supplies to make it to the bottom of the mountain. Thanks, Typhon, but hold on. I don't know this Argus you're talking about. It seems a bit rude. Hmm? She herself said, and I quote, yes, anything with its curtain pulled open can be shared. You can take that to me she doesn't care. Well, don't mind if I do. Also, is it okay if I make a detailed record of the cave in its current state? I want to take a few pictures too. I promise I won't make a mess. I even ask, when you're done, come by the fire and rest. Gotcha. Right, and can I look at these notes too? Go ahead. Only she can understand what's in there anyway. Okay, huh? Right, T5. There's something I've been meaning to ask. Wait, T-Fan? Oh my god. Here I go again. T-Fan, Typhon. Typhon. Oh, Typhon. Logically speaking, when you hallucinate, you shouldn't hear any words you don't know or any concepts you've never heard of, right? I'm not sure I follow your logic. What about it? Anyway, take a look at this page. When the box is open, and Skotar near will realize. That's the last thing I heard the director say before he helped me cut off the noise from my surroundings. Wow. This person's communicating. It's getting a signal. The question is, how long ago was it sent? Reporting to army border guards with the help of Laibafal, Black Mark, and Sammy. Not sure who that is. Oh, hello. That's a bit ominous. It's just this. Shadows of trees. God, I swore better be a banger. I can already feel it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ugh. Here, eat this. Is it mad? So sound. At least it's edible, right? You'll get used to it. And here, this too. Huh? How come this nut is hollow? Like a bubble? Yeah. Locals call them bubbles. You hardly feel anything when you eat. They're very important for climbing these mountains. Feel better now? Does your head still hurt? I'm fine now. These fruits and nuts are way better than altitude sickness pills, at least. So, do you know how they work? No, but does it really matter as long as they do? Yay, placebo! Of course it does. I gotta jot this down and bring some samples back with me. My colleagues in pharmaceutical R&D would love to hear about this. Did you bring any of those pills? For altitude sickness, of course. You should take a look at the active ingredients. Rummage through the baggage. Here they are. Main ingredients: wild sour berries and bubble nut extract. I mean, one of Sammy's primary exports to Colombia is raw medical ingredients. Although I hear your company plans to cut off all trade with us as soon as they figured out how to synthesize or cultivate them themselves. Unfortunately for them, that will never happen. Not with something from Sammy. You're saying we can't recreate the growth conditions in Colombia? No, of course you can. But even if you did, what sprouts from the soil wouldn't be the same plants. For one very simple reason. Because everything is provided by Sami. Everything is provided by Sami. Everything provided by Sami. You pick up languages quickly. When we first met, you needed someone to translate for you whenever you wanted to say something about Sami. Hehe. Colombian's not bad at all either. Argus speaks it well, that's why I can manage. I see the tree line. Mountain folk won't bother us anymore. Finally, a place to have a good meal. Do trees mean better food? Mountains have meat, but no fruit. The forest is different. There are all kinds of foods there, anything you could want to eat. Whoa. Forest has abundant resources. What a nerd. Hi, Fan. Is there a settlement nearby? Yes, it's a tribe with a tree. They must have lived here in peace for many years. Tribe with a tree? What does that mean? I was about to say. Each forest tribe has their own clan tree. Okay, right. They don't? They must either be up and coming or they managed to lose even their tree. Whichever the case, it's laughable. Will this tribe listen to us? I believe they're quite friendly. Either way, I can guarantee they will be more welcoming than the mountain tribes. Huh? Really? Of course, the mountain warriors fight the monsters in the north, and friendly Ursus all year round, so you can't blame them for being so uptight. Some of them are less cold when they leave the front lines for home. Well, that's good to hear. Now, how do the Sami usually categorize themselves? Easy to remember. The ones farthest to the north who live in the mountains are the mountain folk. The ones who live in the middle of the forest and its surroundings are called the forest folk. And the wetlands, the far south are the marsh folk. What about you then? Me? I'm a hunter? A hunt? Going by the classifications you just gave to me, should be based on what environment you're from. Oh, that. I'm a sarcast. I don't have a fixed place to live, and I don't belong to a tribe, so naturally, I live outside the rules. And what about Simone? Simone? She... I'm a Rhodes Islander. Okay. Okay, dude. Rhodes? Never heard of an island like that here. Wait. Huh, really? Simone was first before Magellan? How did he, how did Simone contact Rhodes then? Interesting, huh? Is Rhodes Island another category here? Perhaps. Here we are. She in cahoots with Calcit. God dang it. I cannot... There's Gitana. I cannot tell who are the Sami. You This tree, it's like a vertical nomadic zone. There's a treehouse. We gotta take a picture. Doesn't seem so different from last time, but why does it look like they're all moving things outside? A witch. Shaman. Welcome, friends. Thank you for your hospitality, attendant of the tree. Came from the north. Would it be convenient for us to stay the night? Of course, honorable shaman. We always enjoy receiving guests. In any other circumstances, your arrival would be reason enough for this. She seems super important. I mean, even the mountain wars. Alas, as you can see, we are preparing to move from this land that has long been our home. Leave on the morrow. Wow. You'll find many of our houses in the tree empty. You and your companions may pick any of them to rest in. The tree won't mind. I thank the tree and your tribe for your generosity. You're very welcome. Please come in. Once you have settled down, please come to the ancestral home at the top of the tree. You may have need of your wisdom. Nods. You have your permission to stay the night. Let's pick the house closest to the branch. Ah, finally, sleeping indoors. Is that important? How else can you rest easy? Otherwise, you're up all night from work. Is that so? That's awfully picky. It's not. Let me explain. Oh, hello. I know this room. Waterproof pad, sleeping bag, there. Sus. What's so funny? Hmm? Oh, I just thought it was amusing that you put in all this effort just to sleep. Don't get this chance every day, so I'm gonna make the most of it and get as comfy as I can. Want to try it yourself? Me? No need. As long as I have my robe to wrap myself in, I can sleep anywhere. I mean, sure you could, but you could also get in this sleeping bag and close your eyes. It's so comfortable, you'll see. Really? Can't hurt to give it a try, can it? Alright. Seems so unimpressed. Up. Squeeze yourself in there. I won't zip it up. It's soft, like beast. Feels lighter than that. These are our rations for tonight. Alright, thanks. You can leave Typhans over here. What's wrong with her? I had her try out my sleeping bag and she fell asleep, just like that. Oh. Step out for a second and speak with the shaman. You want to go outside, you should take Typhan with you. The forest folk may be friendlier, but they won't appreciate it if you don't follow their rules. Okay, got it. Have a safe trip, Simone. Hey, Typhan. Typhan? Seems pretty exhausted. I'll just take a few photos from the doorway. Click, click. Uh-oh. Nightmares? Tadala? Okay, there you go. You requested my presence, ma'am? Yes, yes. Thank goodness you've come. Allow me to explain the situation. As you can see, we are preparing to move. We encountered some trouble on our journey from the mountains. Are you facing similar issues here? Indeed. Burps. Thankfully, there are no victims yet. My tribesmen tell me of a number of ill omens we received. Most importantly, there's this. Corona. Rider. Rider. What the heck is this? Word. Even there, correct? I don't think so. Bird's nest? Oh, we're about to find out anyway. Also, what is Nami that the thing? That's the Ferran Mut of Sami. Okay, gotcha. Sami villain is very clear. Regardless of the reason, my tribe must depart for a more suitable home. Understand? But then, why did you summon? Please take a look at this. I mustn't. This is your tribe's register. I'm an outsider. I understand your concerns, my friend. I've lived in this forest ever since I was a child, as did my father, his father, and all of our ancestors. But because we have lived such quiet, comfortable lives for so long, this register has become barely more than a symbol for us, an inheritance. When I flip it open, I find myself unable to understand all of its words. I've studied with my family and communicated with my ancestors in hopes of understanding of the symbols within. But I feel as though we are still missing something. You're a shaman too, are you not? I was. As long as you were once, your wisdom will undoubtedly be of assistance to us, friend. Please have a look. We need your advice. Alright, let's see what this is. Register. What's it? Census? Huh. Sleeping bags are actually pretty comfortable. Galen? Strange. Where is she? Things seem pretty noisy outside. Outlander. Touching the clan tree. Oh god. Has to be that bird brain. Beak. I'm sorry, I knew I can take samples, but I had no idea I wasn't even supposed to touch it. The tribe's tree is their oldest, most respected presence. Under normal circumstances, an outsider wouldn't even get a chance to stay in their tree houses. If you touch an ancient monument for no good reason, that or do you have any wise elders where you're from? The president. Classic America brain. Oh god. President. Okay. If you were to run up to your president and touch their face, how would others react? I'd probably be tackled to the ground by Secret Service agents before I got within 10 feet of them. It's like that then. She always makes that face. Luckily, these people are peaceful. All they done is talk behind your back. If you were anywhere more hot-headed, they might have taken an axe to your head. I'm sorry. Someone told you to take me with you when you go outside. How could you forget? I just wanted to take a few pictures. The tree looked like it had a nice texture, so I wanted to see it up close and... Wait, huh? You heard what she said? Weren't you asleep? I could hear her while asleep. Then how come you didn't wake up when I called your name? Because I was asleep. What? Anyways, you learned your lesson. Don't get hung up on it. Do you want to try some tasty fruits and nuts? Do you have any here? I saw a lot of them in the forest. Come, we'll pick as many as we can. Enough for Simone too. You can eat them on the road tomorrow. So these are like Erd trees, huh? Sucking up your ancestors. You two are bad. Get some fresh fruits. Do you want any, Simone? You should rest now. Magellan? Hi, Fan. What did you feed her? It wasn't me. She picked some nuts and asked if they were poisonous. I said no, and before I could finish, she'd stuff her mouth full of them. Silencing chestnuts? You should rest then. A good night's sleep ought to fix it. Good night. Silencing chestnuts? What's wrong? Keep the sleeping bag. I don't need it. Sweet dreams. What a rascal. Anna can still remember how fluffy and warm her sleeping bag was, and how rhythmic the breathing of those around her was. It was a quite comfortable environment, just perfect for resting. Here we go, finally. Shadows of Trees, or whatever the title was. The moment she opens her eyes, she finds herself in the forest. A blanket of greenery drapes over her waist. The trees around her have shrouded the moonlight above. It's completely dark all around. Hold up. She feels thirsty, so she follows the sound of water to a stream. She bends down to drink from it. Nothing is out of the ordinary. Everything is exactly as it should be. Even when she sees the reflection in the water. Reflection. Even the reflection in the water is that of. Why is you again? It must be Squee? The night is dark, quiet, and full of terrors. Galan instinctively senses danger. Quickly lies down and breezes through the bushes, before climbing onto the tree marked with her secretions. The nest she calls home. Excuse me? Squee. Is this because she ate the nuts? It is safe there. There she will find her kin, her family. She stands on the tree branch and squeals, waiting for a reply. What am I looking at? Nothing. Studies a little. The end hops onto the tree trunk and back into her nest. There her mother is fast asleep in the shadows. Snuggle up with her, get through the night in her embrace. Once her eyes adjusted to the darkness, finds only a scattered pile of beast bones. The nest is very wide and very dark, almost like there's something waiting for her to come home, waiting for her to lower her guard, waiting for her to be overwhelmed by fear. Something climbs onto the back of her neck. Oh, here come the nightmares, huh? Nightmare left Magellan feeling sick. She wants to walk out the door, catch her breath, and calm herself down before going back to sleep. Oh boy. But the moment she steps outside, what she sees makes her doubt that she has actually awoken from her dream. There is a large, shadowy entity roaming. Looks like a person, and also kind of like a tree. The large shadow is moving in a single direction, at a slow yet steady pace. The entity shrouds even the moon. The entity shrouds even the moon above, and the ground below out of the moonlight's reach. What is this? I need to get a picture of it. Click. That's not possible. It makes no sense. In the photo she just took, shadow was nowhere to be seen. The moonlight illuminates the ground. Everything looks perfectly normal. But the shadow still moves before her eyes. Without a sound, Alan stands rooted to the spot. She doesn't know if she should head back inside to sleep as if nothing had happened. Or go grab her equipment and measure this possibly unrecordable supernatural phenomenon as best as she can. Just as she finds herself lost in thought, an enormous shadow sweeps past her, instinctively jumps back, and at the same time, something climbs onto the back of her neck. Again. What is this climbing? Oh my god. What are you doing out here? Relax, Magala. Calm down. Here. Nothing here is going to hurt you. Oof. Don't try talk yet. Calm down first. Have a seat and drink some water. It doesn't matter how big that guy is. It's just a shadow. Think any better? Ah, just a shadow. Almost scared me to death. Stronger than I expected. I was looking forward to you screaming loud enough to wake everyone up. They're going to take me out to the village at night? Oh no, the Sami aren't that narrow minded. Had a nightmare? Mm-hmm. Let me guess. One where a beastling cub goes home, finds its mother's bones, and then gets eaten? You have the same dream? Yep. Just this afternoon in your sleeping bag. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It comes whenever I rest in a safe, relaxing environment, like an unwelcome friend. This is one of the bad things about Sami. The cycle of hunt or be hunted never ends, even in your dreams. And in dreams, most find themselves on the side of the hunter. Then, can we become the hunters? Wouldn't you rather be the rules themselves? Is that even possible? Who knows? Interesting hypothesis. Once we become more mature, when we're no longer afraid of these big guys. Galan, why don't we try touching? Huh? Isn't that dangerous? I thought you were an explorer. Why are you so afraid? I only ever set out after I've planned for every possible contingency. But how am I supposed to prepare for this? Yoink. Stop pulling. Ah, we stepped on the tree. Not the main trunk. Stepping on it a little won't hurt. Besides, no one's around to see. Up. This is a great spot. Let's sit here. Are you sure we're not too close? Are we supposed to touch it from far away? Are we really going to touch it? It's just a shadow. It's nothing to be scared of. Or to be exact, it's only a shadow for now. A very, very faint. Maybe one day it will grow into a more concrete threat. But we'll have grown too. We'll have even more tricks up our sleeve. When that time comes, maybe these things won't be so scary to us anymore. Besides, I can sometimes hear a voice in that dream when we're preyed on. If something ever scares you, you should attack it without hesitation. If you defeat it, you will have defeated fear. If you run from it, you will always be afraid. Come. But Magellan uneasily looks at the curtain-like shadow before her. The cruel and oppressive feeling she felt in her dream still haunts her mind. Part of her tells her not to take the risk, but she slowly reaches her hand out. Just like that. Slowly. You'll be fine. I'll do it with you. Huh. Typhon places her palm on the back of Magellan's hand, gently pushes it forward. The moment they're met with a hint of resistance, she stops pushing forward and instead reaches for the head of Magellan's hand. She dips her hand into the shadow and pulls it back out. Then she places it back on Magellan's hand. See? Nothing to be afraid of. I'll give it a try. Magellan's hand inches forward bit by bit until her fingertips are finally submerged in the shadow. She thought she would feel a hint of cold, or perhaps that something would suck her in or chew on her fingers. But there was nothing. Nothing. First up to a joint, then the whole finger. Finally her whole hand. The shadow still moves, but aside from the change in the light, nothing happens at all. Exactly as Typhon said. It's just a shadow. A shadow of what though? I mean, a tree. How is it? Like I said, right? You're right. There's nothing. How did something like this happen in the first place? Still hung up on those scientific principles of yours? Things don't just happen without rhyme or reason. Mm-hmm. Then how come our mothers gave birth to you and me, and not to anybody else? Based on your logic, isn't that something with no rhyme or reason? Well, that's because it seems like you Southerners really need to have a reason for everything. If you ask me, I think it's more important to be able to face the unknown at any time. Even if I'm not prepared. Don't you get scared? Do you? When you encounter a blizzard in the ice field, an avalanche in the mountains, or a pack of beasts when you're alone? I do, yeah. I still think I'll manage to survive somehow. If you can manage to survive even when you're scared, you're already accomplished the most difficult thing there is. In that case, what else is there to be afraid of? Even if the shadow in front of us were to suddenly turn into a real monster, you wouldn't be afraid, would you? If it were something that actually exists, we could deal with it. This is just a shadow. Everything that exists has a weakness. You wait, observe, and survive until the moment you find that weakness, and then you attack. That's how hunters have always lived. You're an explorer, so you're something like half a hunter. I'm sure you can handle these things too. Nothing stays the same forever. Maybe there'll come a day when the things that once scared you are afraid of you instead. Don't overthink it. You have to be on the road tomorrow. Oh, right. Here. Good before you go back to bed? No thanks. Eating sugar before bed is how you get cavities. Alright, up to you. Good night. Nighty night, Typhon. Alan turns around and looks at the hovering shadow once more. For some reason, he doesn't think it represents fear and emptiness this time. Feels more like a traveler who has lost his bearings and doesn't know where to go, simply wandering the lands aimlessly. Maybe by the time the sun rises, it will have gone back home for a good night's sleep. Click. Magellan takes another picture. Just like before, there is nothing in the photo. He thinks a little and adds a note on the picture. Mr. Lonesome. Finally, everything is quiet once more. Only the wandering shadow is left to hover around alone. Until daybreak. Oh, we're still going. It should almost be time. I wonder what kind of ceremony this is. Ooh, start. Dawn Festival. Singing and dancing around the clan tree. Perhaps this is meant to be a farewell to the tree. 10 minutes later. Hmm. The dance is very unique but disordered. Everyone dances on their own. It's almost like a carnival. 30 minutes later. Yawns. Is Simone here yet? She's right under the tree, talking to the shaman. You wanna look? I can lend you my binoculars. No thanks. My eyes are enough to see her without your hand. What kind of ceremony is this anyway? How much longer will it take? If it hadn't come, I'd had fallen asleep by now. I'm a Sami sarcast, not a Sami Elafin. I don't know much more than you. As for how long it will take, that's hard to say. I've seen ceremonies that ended with just the shaman's nod, as well as gatherings that lasted all day and night. But forget the ceremony. Take a look at this. Found it in the forest. It's a snowball? It's Ama's affection, Magellan. This is Ama's affection. Ama? That means mother, right? Good memory. As the southerner might put it, this is a mother's love. Affection most sought after by the Sami. Among all of Sami's kindnesses, it's the purest and most sincere. Here, take it, Magellan. Put it in your paw. Didn't you say all the Sami want this? You found it, so you should keep it. I can't take it. I know it's worth, but that's why I don't have the right to. Amma doesn't like granting protection to greedy. You know nothing about her. Ignorance is also a kind of purity. You have an honest soul. That's why you should have it. Then what should I do with it? Forget about it. Like you never received it in the first place. I gotta give you something in return too. Hold on. Gadget. Here you go. Little Typhoon. What did you just call me? Never mind. So what is this? A flare. Just twist open the lid and pull the string. It'll let out a ton of light and noise. You're a hunter. I'm sure you can think of a use. That does sound pretty useful. I'll try it out next time. Huh? Magellan, they stopped dancing. Aren't you taking notes? Wait. Huh? Oh, okay. After 40 straight minutes of independent carnival, the ceremony has moved on to its next phase. Shaman shows the tribesmen a wood carving. She says something impassioned. Then she raises her wooden staff, faces the clan tree, and sounds the horns. Then she starts murmuring something. There's another shaman assisting her by her side, like she is singing an accompaniment. Hi, Fan. Can you help me? Can you help me out and figure out what they're saying? Can't understand it. Tone is familiar, but those are clearly not words you use in normal conversation. Some sort of ritualistic language. She's repeating a few short words over and over. Repeat. Okay, I can hear the freaking throat singing. Her emotions build up, and she keeps raising her voice. Oh! What's going on? An earthquake. Typhon, where should we evacuate to? Oh, Magellan. Look, the tree. My god. Hmm? Treant time? The tree's roots begin to emerge as it gradually lifts off the ground. Thunderous sound rings through the forest and suppresses the shouts of everyone underneath. Surrounded by other trees, it slowly rises into the air as its roots ring together into a bundle and form an unprecedented, in human terms, mobile structure. Its leaves come falling down from the canopy, but the Sami are not shocked in the slightest. Instead, they appear very excited. Indeed, what could be more encouraging than your tribe's ancestral tree lifting itself from the ground, along with all the clan's history and memories? What is the shadow of the tree then? Congratulations, attendant. The ritual was a success. I've always thought my ancestors' journey with the tree was a mere tale. Thank you, child of the Santala tree. Without your interpretation without your interpretation and assistance, this awakening ceremony would have not been successful. The tree has awakened, but it still awaits a direction and its next steps from us. We must research our tribe register more. With the tree's enormous body out in the open, the disaster of the north is bound to notice it. Their activity has been growing more and more frequent of late. You must pray for Sami to protect the tree with you. Yes, you are right. Please make your way to the south with all haste and replant the tree. Do not let yourselves get caught up in them. Understood. The register says... Well then, my companions and I must take our leave. I pray that Sami will find you and your tribe a satisfactory destination, such that you need never relocate again. Oh, are you leaving so soon? Still have much to attend to. No need to see us off. And I wish you and your companions a safe and uneventful journey. Okay, that's shaky. Once again, I thank you kindly for your help, honored friend. Oh, I see. To make the tree set out, I must first farewell. Hello. Yep. I was wondering what that was. This is Rhodes. Oh. Oh. Okay. I see what's happening here. That's why she had the transceiver there. She knocked out. She knocked it out of Ivan's. I've entered Sammy as planned. Please advise on the positions of Libefal in the Black Mark. Over. Simone. Yeah, I'm back. There's something I can help you with? It's time to go. Sorry that took so long. It's okay. Let's go. Simone, you really need to explain to me what she said during the ritual. It's going to be real important to my research. I'll tell you all about it on the way. Sounds good. Liking this tree already. What's the matter? Nothing. I'll be done real quick. Before she leaves, Magellan snaps a picture of the enormous tree standing in the forest. For some reason, she feels that this gigantic being, almost completely blocking the sun, looks kind of familiar. She doesn't think too much about it. She merely scribbles her immediate thoughts into her notebook. Then she follows the rest of the group and continue their journey to southern Sam. Well, they're going away from the ice field. Guess they're just getting an R&R, huh? Oh, shoot, still full. Alan last. Interesting. Hello, who are you two? Yep, it is Gitana. Gitana is Sami. I do not remember who else is Sami. Oh god. Hiss huff. Also crow sounds. And then happy sounds. Hiss. There are no spores. Oh, okay. Never been so scared of mushrooms in my life. Warned you, Maggie. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. And don't touch anything. Now you know why. My. The empty box you gave me? I put the mushrooms inside and sealed it. Here. Thanks. I didn't expect the spore density to be so high. That could paralyze the respiratory system. It's a carnivorous mushroom. Where do you think its food comes from? How come we aren't affected at all? Bee hunters have ways to deal with them. If I died in one of those mushroom swamps, I'd never live it down. Hyphon the sacrifice. Are we there? You're right. Where are you going? Wait for me. And what do you mean by sacrifice? Me? The typhoon. Of course not, you bird brain. This is the heart of Sami, the first forest. Where we come from and where we go. Here's some Funa's tribute to Sami. We can enter. Bad things happen if we don't. Who knows? You want to find out? Never mind. Is hardtack okay? No idea. Crush it and spread it on the ground. Alright. Great land, we ask your leave to pass over. We offer you this sacrifice. You may watch over us and protect us from bloodshed, from being hunted. Sami says it's okay, ladies. Hello. It will eat well thanks to your generosity. Isn't that a little casual, young shaman? Apprentice shaman. What is that getup? Damn, you even have... I like this thing. It's freaking branches. This isn't really a formal occasion after all. Sami wouldn't mind the presence of a child at the Santala tree. Oh? Shaman, a hunter, and an outlander? That's a rare sight. Don't suppose you're here just for the experience. Wouldn't hurt to head south. Don't have time to go around the first land. I see, my teacher often takes this shortcut too. Not this time though. He left me here alone to experience the Sami village. I've been here for days, wandering the woods without a sliver of revelation to be found. You should know what I mean, child of the tree. Please, call me Santala. Very well, Santala. Can you tell me what our teachers expect us to bring back from here? I do not know, old child. I have only been here to witness. This is not where my trial was. Is that so? What a shame. We have a long road ahead of us. Let's hurry. Wait. I'll come with you. I know the trees with the best shade, the cleanest streams, and the safest animal trails. I can be your guide. There's no one more qualified. Let me come with you, Santala. I'm so bored here I could turn into a tree. What do you think, great shaman? And what about you, hunter? Our outlander friend? I don't mind. We're all agreed then. Let's go then. Welcome to the first forest. One more question, oak child. What is it? What should we call you? Me? Oak. My Sami name might be a little hard to remember. The teacher calls me Oak, so you can too. Oh god. May I ask how you got that name? Guess he always grabs my horn and tries to drink from it when he's drunk. Oh. That doesn't sound good. PNG adventure, let's go. Hey, are we being watched? Like by a deity? Big predators. One on the tree, one behind Simon in the bushes, and one behind that tree to the left. Oh, is that all? For all the weird stuff we've encountered, dealing with carnivorous wildlife seems almost quaint. Should I be ready for a fight then? No need. We're not hungry enough to risk attacking. Stop worrying about their dinner and start worrying about ours. Oh. Huh? Look out. Need help? No thanks, I'm done. Tusk Beast lies prone on the ground, glaring at Taifa. Keeping wound stretches from his cheek all the way to its forelock. I guess one of them was hungry enough. Terrible choice of trade. Go, your meat tastes terrible anyway. Tusk Beast does not seem willing to leave. Crouches down in the shadows, ready to attack again. Bang! A loud bang rings out in the air before it, sending it scampering into the distance, leaving behind only a scattered trail of blood. Did you just shoot something with your finger, Typhon? Yeah, for scaring away big guys like these. A roll of leaves? Wrap up air with leaves until it forms a ball. Takes no. How do you wrap air with leaves? Don't ask. I try to teach others. No one's ever been able to learn. Easy. Just an unlucky horn beast. Got its neck bitten in half. Maybe by the one that attacked us. Maybe destroyed by another. Just like our outlander friend has grown accustomed to the ways of this land. A few more weeks of this and she'll be a fully fledged Sami. An outlander who understands Sami, how nice. I remember working as a guide for some Colombian tourists whilst no while on a pilgrimage. Why did I say whilst? They started screaming when they saw some carnivores doing their carnivoring. Apparently, they thought it was too bloody and uncivilized. Not that I call myself civilized, but didn't they pay good money to come here and see the untamed wilderness? One of them even tried to stop the beasts, and nearly ended up as their next meat. Those were dignified enough, but certainly not the people wearing them. You're quite a master of Colombia. Not just Colombian, I just can't keep my mouth shut. Guess I'm a natural born chatterbox. I suppose my teacher was a weird old man for teaching me all that. Who the hell's your teacher? Know a bit. Ah, yes, true. The folks back home hate it when I just strike up a conversation with Southern. One time, there was a regular Ursus caravan that passed through the tribal market and... When was the last time I returned? Breath of the Wild continues to echo through this place. Does Amma still watch over this forest? Something isn't right. The influence of Amma lingers, but it's not alone. The black mark of Ursus. Black mark of Ursus. You talking about contamination? Was it Simone? Nothing? Has our guide found somewhere we can spend the night? Yep, inside that tree up ahead. Up says it's hollow. Enough room for the four of us. I've never seen a hollow tree before. And now's your chance. The black mark of Ursus. Hello, what is this? That is not a tree. Wow, we could easily fit another person or two in here. The largest house around, close to a dozen. Where's Typhon? The hunter? He went looking for must-be's fruit stashes. He wanted something extra for dinner. Should rest. I'll set up some protection. That really necessary? The tree's already been blessed. There are even talismans hanging off of it. So serious. That's how Simone is. I've helped Frozen to death 3, maybe 4 times by now if she weren't here to help. Simone. Simone Santal. I think I've heard that name. Is someone famous in Sam? Oh, no, not at all. I must be remembering. I have a hard time keeping track of anything I haven't seen for myself on my pilgrim. So maybe I'm mixing her up with someone else. Seem to know a lot. And if I ask a few questions? Shoot. I picked up 2 pieces of bark from a tree. They had symbols on them. I want to know what they mean. It's a code that Sammy uses to communicate with us. It could be messages about the past, the future, or about nature. Same symbols can also mean very different things, depending on who is receiving them and when. May I have a look? I have them right here. It's the old tree's bark. Snow Priest. Delight? Looks like a message from a clan tree to its shaman. And have them back. What's the difference between a snow priest and a shaman? Think of a snow priest as the head shaman or a greater shaman. He may not be the oldest, but he's certainly the highest in status, the most powerful in the local leader. Incidentally, my teacher is a snow priest. Will you become one too? Nah, it's such a pain taking care of the tribe and solving all their problems. Leave that to someone who wants the job. So, are you a shaman now? Nope, just an apprentice. I have no idea what Sami wants or even what he wants from me. Which is why my teacher made me come here to feel the Sami village. And have you felt it? Nope. Leaves fall, rivers flow, it's all the same. I don't feel anything unusual. I have plenty of complaints for him the next time I see him. You're back, Simone? Let me have a look. What do you mean, let me have a look? Wow, you can really do that with ground frost? By the way, I heard that the one who serves the old tree can control the wind and snow, making them dance at her fingertips. The old tree takes no servants, nor does it need one like me. Well, if you don't want to talk, I'm not going to press the matter. Old tree, is there a difference between the clan trees? There's only one tree that can be called old in Sami. It represents the past and often appears with the heralds of the present and the future. The three are separate but one, transcending some. The past. By your outfit, I thought you were an explorer. I am. You seem more like, what's the word? Folklorist? As an explorer, it's always good to learn more about an unfamiliar place. I'll bring you some Sami books. If we ever meet again, explorer, that'll be great. On the other hand, there's only so much I can carry in extreme environments. Maybe the equivalent of 2 volumes of the Encyclopedia Columbiana. It's about this long, this wide, and this thick, hardcover. Yeah, not sure why you thought that helped me at all. Just give me your luggage and let me feel the weight. Oh, it's all bundled up to be carried on my back. 1 second. There. It's all on the ground. Good. It's like you can fit it. Huh? That's about the same weight as 2 Sami books. Oh. What sort of books? Legends, tribal history, that sort of thing. But the full tribal history takes up enough wooden tablets to fill an entire house, so I'll spare you that. I thought the paper books I saw in the Cyclops cave were Sami. Maggie. Oh, welcome back. You have any more of those flare sticks? Yeah, why? Tried one when I was picking the fruit, and it worked even better than the leaf ball. You ran into a tusk beast? Why wouldn't I? I was walking alone in the forest and they're hungry. Anyway, do you have any? Half a bundle. How many do you need? Give me 2 for now. And here, fruit from a musk beast stash. Wash them with water. Thanks. Let's eat together and get to bed early. I don't want to wake up and find the door blocked by a bunch of hungry beasts. I'll take the night watch. Already stayed up the other night. It should be my turn. It's safer here, and I won't be up all night. Consider it a chance for me to relax. Alright, if you say so. Careful, there are demons in the forest. Jesus. I know. Let's make a campfire, Simone. Absolutely not. You want to draw the attention of every predator in the forest? A lamp, then. Not much difference between a lamp and a fire, light-wise. If you can't sleep, then try this. Dream catch. Helps you pass the night in peace. No dreams of becoming prey. Thank you. I'll be going to bed then. Good night. As Oka promised, Magalan was not troubled by nightmares that night. Instead, she dreamed another dream. In it, she is still in the forest at night, but she is not alone. She is a creature like emperor. Oh, hello. Another beast sovereign, huh? Mononoke. Beside her, a massive white horned beast slumbers in the dream of another. It was serene and beautiful. Galan could not help but reach out to caress it. But it is so dignified and solemn that her hand stops in midair. He decides to lay down next to it and dream together with it. A dream within a dream. Oh, hello, sir. What are you doing? Here, in it, a dark shadow shambles toward the tree hole where the group is sleeping. Behind it is a trail of darkness and filth. Black snow falls from the sky, burning away Santala's frost and creating a gap. The shadow walks towards the gap, leaving its vile trail on the ground. Suddenly, a horned beast catches its attention. The horned beast leaves and disappears. By the time the shadow turns around, the gap is filled with frosting. It gazes upon the frost and shambles towards where the horned beast disappeared. Getting led astray? Okay, is that a possessed one or a normal? Well, quote unquote normal. The horn beast is still by Magellan when she wakes up, but its horn had begun to melt. Then its body, then the forest. Magellan sits upon the snow, snowflakes falling on her beak. For some reason, she feels regret. Never sees the horn beast's eyes until the dream vanishes. Oh, you're up early today. I just happened to wake up. Perhaps that was not the entire story. Her sleeping bag is wet near the pocket. She remembers pulling the pocket's zipper shut before sleeping, but it is open now, as if something fell out. There was nothing missing though, except a little Sammy souvenir. Hi, fan. What's the matter? Got out the wrong side of the bed? Does Amma's affection disappear? Mother has to take care of so many. She can't stay by your side forever. Did the affection I gave you melt? Yeah, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she took care of a big problem for us without us even realizing. If possible, I'd like to keep it with me. Well, we can always find another. It's not that hard. Oh, okay. He should. She did lure the fucking Emperor's blade away. That's the beast that attacked us the other day. Hasn't been dead for long. Looks like it was rammed to death by a large herbivore. Self-defense to avoid being eaten? No, it came for revenge while the predator was weakened. Herbivores are always the scarier ones. Maybe it lost a friend or family when it was little. It sought vengeance once it grew up. Animals seeking revenge. The hunter kills its prey and the offspring takes revenge. Humans do that and so do animals. We're not as different from them as you civilized folks believe. But that aside, hunter shaman, over here, we have a bigger problem. Simone, this rockhorn. Yes, a demon did this. Take the foal away, old child. Don't let it lick the mother's blood. Gotcha. Ready to rockhorn cry. Foal hears the call and staggers away from its mother and towards Oak. Sobbing. What did that? Oh, it's scared. Don't worry, I'm here. Licks the baby rockhorn's forehead. Aching. Helen looks at the photo. With her own eyes, she can clearly see the rockhorn bleeding blood as black as ink. But the blood doesn't appear in the photo at all. It wasn't caused directly by a demon. Just a corrupted creature, some kind of beast. Won't be turned. Can you save it, Oak Child? 1 second. Watch over the baby for a bit, Magellan. So it is quote unquote curable? Oak Cup leads the foal to Magellan, then heads towards the injured rock. Hello? Magellan stretches out her hand. The foal happily rubs its head against her palm. Hehe. This I want to see. Pain the cry. Not good. We might have had a chance if we'd arrived earlier, but now all we can do is ease its pain. Stand aside, Hunter. Don't let the foal see. Mercy killing? No need to be afraid. It won't hurt. Wave staff. Okay, maybe it's not. Ah, it is. Sleep now and roam free in dream. Over hills, over swamp. Puts down staff and takes out. Oh, oh, there it is. Rest in Amma's woods, where she watches over you. No more pain, no more suffering. With the souls of all life. Well, pierces the rockhorn's throat with the dagger. Roam free on Sami's back. Rest now, soul of the land. Oh. Hearing the call, the foal carries the old pup's side. Oh. Fear not, your mother is with you. With her blood, her tears. Press the bloody dagger across the Mother Rockhorn's eye. Her horn crisscrosses with the dagger. Stopping at your ball lightly kicks Oakup's knees. It hits hoof. Draws a mark on the hoof with the dagger. Go, friend. Your life has just begun. The ball continues to circle Okup, seemingly seeing him as its new family. Well, I suppose that works. Only until we take care of your mother, though. The ball does not answer, only rubbing itself against Okup. What's the plan? This is more than an apprentice can handle. Screw training. I'll let my teacher take care of it. That that will take you out of the forest towards a nearby marshfolk village. I'll give you a warm welcome. I'll stay here with the kid and stop the Rockhorn's bleeding until my teacher arrives. I can't let it become food for scavengers. Say hello to the Canopy Sage for me. Oh, so you knew. Tell him that this is connected to the Black Mark of Ursus. Black Mark of Ursus? Alright, I'll pass it on. Nothing good ever comes of Ursus being involved. Too real. You have enough rations. I'm not about to become the first apprentice shaman to starve to death in the forest. Here, take this. Flashlight. You can see well enough in the dark, but it might be useful to the old man. Thanks. Farewell, friends. You saw me keep you safe. See ya, oh up. Oh, we're in marshy lands. Finally, out of the woods. Hey, I think I'm getting a signal. Marshfolk trade with you guys a lot. Simply got some of your metal things set up. What will Cup do with the Rockhorn's carcass? Cleanse the corrupted soil and blood, clean the wound and leave it. Shouldn't it be buried? No point. Scavengers would just dig it out. Is it the same with people? More or less. Like Okup said, here in Sami, there's not much difference between humans and beasts. Hunt and be hunted, eat and be eaten. The best we can do is show our prey a bit of kindness and make sure they're dead before we eat them. That's the law of nature, the will of the North, the Sami villain. If you want to change that, there's only one way. What's that? Become Sami itself. Become the All-Father. Of course, that's just a legend. No one's ever seen it happen. Ah, stop messing with me. Checking status of Black Mark. Libafal is about to trade with those upon water. Ooh, spooky again. Another carcass, another right. It's walking through the forest. Fucking Emperor's Blade. Hunter steps over the hunted with no intention to feed. This was not to satiate hunger or for revenge, pure and simple killing. It is a horn beast, a corrupted one, with an empty hole on its abdomen, but it's still alive. Blood, tears, and saliva are all black as ink. The hunter roams the animal trail, looking for a new victim. There is a figure swaying at the same frequency, not far away. It is clearly human. Its unique and rhythmic breathing can be heard clearly, even without approaching. Yep, it's a blade boy. Piss off. That's not good. That was a garage. Hold up. Please God. Thank you. Three more, three more. Okay, we are so back. Love grapes. Uh. So, Ragna. Should we welcome? Is this Gitano? Either the north or the south, you're always the least likely to return of those who left. It is Gitano. He's a diviner, I guess. I know no one invited. I saw a vision in my crystal ball. A vision of my brother's death. Who's your brother? I gotta read operator records, man. Those sculpture. Does the little guy in the nutshell really point the way? And this originum crystal, what an unusual color. I would keep the crystal stable while sculpting. Excuse me? No, wait, isn't it dangerous to have a piece of originum as a home decor? Now this isn't the originum ice crystal I brought back last time isn't finished yet, but more importantly, it's so beautiful. I see, holy. That seems really bad. Let's see, I think I have a few coins left from my last trip to Ursus. We only accept bartering like the local Sami. That's where I kind of seasoning to trade, but that would mean Simon and Typhon would have to eat bland Sami food with me. We're Sami to begin with. Do you actually want girl? We'll be on our way if you have nothing to trade. Oh, sorry, was I too loud? Haha. I didn't think the Ursus caravans would come all the way up here, bringing so much stuff I've never seen. But you say you needed Simone? Simone? You didn't hear, did you? What? Someone recognized her and asked for her help. Some bodies have been brought back to the tribe, but they don't have a snow priest. So they asked Simone to check them instead. Oh, so people died. Wonder the market's been so quiet. No one seemed interested in talking. Everybody looked so depressed. They didn't put up much for sale either. Let's wait for Simone then. She insisted on coming to the market so she can decide. Is that okay, my friends from Ursus? I don't know if they're gonna wait. I guess. I mean, it's a sale. Oh, water that flows across the land of sound. Allow me to speak to your children. Wind. From the lowest branch of the old tree to the torch in front of Grandma Valley's door. O great merciful fate, it is ascended. Go ahead, daughter of the Sandala. Here are their belongings. I am grateful to earn the trust of a root of frost maple. Interesting name. There is red frost on the weapons. They were in battle. Are these warriors from the northern front? Yes, they left the tribe for the northern land 7 or 8 years ago. You could have guessed that the two tribesmen who left home the longest, who were the least willing to look back, would come home on the same day. Are you referring to the dead? Brother and sister who had parted ways. Fate has also brought you here today. Perhaps you should hear the storm. You must remember the great snowfall that covered half of Miracle. Of course. Our clan was affected too. Like the other clans trapped in the blizzard, we prayed for Sami's wisdom and braved the wind and snow to seek messages atop trees, all to learn how we might protect ourselves. We did not have a snow priest. We prayed and prayed, but received nothing but silence. There was no guidance from fate, and our shamans could not determine whether to stay or not, or if we left, to where. That was when those two siblings stepped forward to lead. Their thoughts took them in opposite directions. Older brother answered Ixanir's call and brought his band to the northern front to stop the snowfall for the rest of the tribe and spare them the need to leave. I see, accepting guidance from a snow priest outside the tribe in desperate circumstances. Meanwhile, the younger sister felt that we could not afford to wait for the snowfall to end. Using her arts to foresee danger, she led the rest of the tribe southwards, eventually settling here. It couldn't have been an easy journey. For either of them. Yes. So we can understand why they hated each other enough to never look back. Ha! My sister and I butted heads for months after I broke one of her horn ornaments. But it's a mere 7 or 8 years to their differences. The blessed words carved into the side of his drum are all faded now. I would have redone them for him if he'd come back even once over the last few years. This drum. There's no blood in it at all. But the shaman who owned it was clearly badly wounded. I suspect he didn't have his weapon when he was injured. There's half a bottle of vodka in his fur coat. Ah, the bitter brew that the Ursus squeezed from steam. They drink with the Ursus by the fireside? Who brought back these warriors' bodies? An Ursus caravan. Why? Checking status of Black Mark. Day Bafal is about to trade with those on water. Are they still here? They usually don't stay for long. The path ahead is treacherous when the sun has set. Thank you. I must find them and ask some questions. Wait, will it come back Santala? We're a withering clan. We could use all the help we can get. This ceremony means much to us. It's not just a send off for the dead, also a chance for the living to bid farewell to their home. The more learned shamans there are, the better protected our people will be. Clan migration. Nearly 100 years later, does the Sami villain once again guide you on a great migration to the south? Yes, this time the Sami villain gazes upon us. You can recognize the signs. Newborns crying all night, dead beasts by ponds. Signs of fear. Has demonic corruption spread all the way from the ice field to the southern wetlands? Or could the black mark that Earth is placed on Sami be? I have an inkling of the signs you speak. Okay, so this black mark, is it different from the demons? It seems like Emperor's Blade stuff. Promise I'll be back for the ceremony. But I have other matters to attend to for now. Spirits of the dead are watching. The living must bring them peace. Is it really that bad when you don't have a snow priest? That enough of a reason for things to be going badly for the tribe? Yeah, snow priests protect their tribes through soothsaying. Tribes without a snow priest may be unable to detect impending catastrophe. The snow priest has to study like a catastrophe messenger. Don't become a snow priest just by studying. I've seen snow priests in training in the tundras, on the brink of death as they go through their tribes. Other tribes wait for a revelation from Sami. Those who become snow priests receive miraculous instructions. Anyway, you should talk to Simone about it. All I'm telling you is to stop asking around the market. This tribe is like a sick horn beast. It's going to get irritated if you keep poking at it and telling it to get up. Oops, sorry. Also, this bracelet you picked isn't just ugly, it's bothersome too. That was just an excuse to get you to come to the market. You're almost fully Sami by now. Don't need me to accompany you in the south, where metal things are plenty. Still, I feel better with you around. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting a bad feeling. Your bad feelings have a habit of coming true? Not really. I hardly ever get them in the first place. Tell me more. Did it feel like a mangler's shadow or a crack on a great tree? No, it's not like that. Wait, mangler? There are manglers here? Will you take care of it if we run to one? I'll teach you to protect yourself again before we go. What I'm asking is, what form does your bad feeling take? Me at least, you can call it a bad feeling precisely because it's vague and ambiguous. It's like I felt something come close but failed to notice. Or like there's something huge just beneath the layer of snow, but I walk right over it. Which Professor Mary says I do a lot, come to think of it. The heck was that? Achoo! Hey, it's snowing hard. Oh, there you are, Simone. Have you seen an Ursus caravan? Yeah, they gave me an empty flagon while saying stuff like His Majesty and the Border Patrol won't like it here. I was waiting for you to get back to see if you needed to trade with them for anything, but they were in a hurry. So you let them leave. They went that way. You should be able to catch up. You're angry, Simone. What happened? Sorry, I was just thinking about how to return the favor for their gift. Galan, Typhon, the two of you head towards Kapat with the rest of the tribe. And be careful along the way. If there's a problem, don't try to deal with it. Just run. Your lives come first. Same to you, Simone. Heh, you need not worry about me. I'll catch up with you soon. I promise to attend the funeral of these warriors. Oh boy. What are you thinking, Maggie? Oh, that's weird. I was going to ask Simone what the Sami writing on this flagon means, but I got distracted for some reason. Well, I'll just put it away for now. Flagon? What's a flagon, actually? Large container in which drink is served, typically with a handle and a spout. Okay. It's just a fancy glass. Came back, Ragna. Your predictions are always so accurate. Killa came back empty-handed. She's the best hunter in the tribe. My youngest son found a bracelet that had been lost for years. As he said, fortune lies in deep water, and dark death has befallen our warriors. Therefore, I must ask you, why did you do it? Why did you lead us in the opposite direction, where your scrying pointed towards the north? Sorry, I only came back to see my family. There are no other funeral arrangements. I'll take my leave. Rag, let her go. She is no longer connected to the land of Sami. Need not approach the poor soul. Hello. How was it, Kitana? I still don't like you? I predicted as much. Well, at least you ran into an old friend on the way. That's pretty lucky too. I can still hardly believe it. Thought I was hallucinating again when I saw you. Sorry. I heard someone died. Could it be? It's okay. I came back because I divined my brother's death. We've been out of touch for a long time. We had our differences. What kind? But the shamans aren't preparing for a funeral. Don't they have the most important role? Your friend is Sharp Magal. It's hardly a secret. People aren't normally so sad just to say goodbye to the dead. Only when they never get a chance to. You're right. 7 years have passed. I thought new branches would grow from the trees and that people would be able to live in peace on this land. All I see is my kinsmen suffering from increasingly frequent disasters, even being forced to move again. Meanwhile, the shamans argue over whether to hold a traditional funeral. But what use is a goodbye if you don't say anything? In the end, everything flies away like a foul beast, never to be seen again. At that point, it doesn't matter if you were the one to raise your voice and startle them. I never agreed to not hold a funeral. Please don't bring that up again. They were fortunate to return home. How could we leave them to the long, cold nights trapped by their mortal bodies? This place will soon stop being our home, which is exactly why they need the boat sinking ceremony, so that the river may carry them home. Disaster lies before us. I know. And they are part of it. The Rockhorn runs for its life day and night until it finally dies of exhaustion. It is a sign. On the northern front, we will blow the horn and stand watch at night. They are all warriors. A warrior does not die in peace. Wasn't that just a rumor? Fighting on the northern ice fields did not darken your fate. Instead, you received Sami's revelation and blessing. Now you want them to stand vigil over their own bodies until they rot and decay. Among them lies your favorite student. Even now, he is listening to your cold words. Then let him listen. He is a strong warrior. He will understand. You're right. Why don't we ask the dead themselves? It would seem living among the Outlanders has given you blind courage. But you know that we have long lacked the snow priest. No one in the clan has heard the call since Grandma Valley's passing. Or do you propose that we break from tradition and imitate those tribes that set trials for their snow priests rather than wait for the call? No. I can try to divine their will. Ragna. Yes, I'm asking you to entrust it to fate. I won't take any questions. Just think of me as someone who goes back on her word. And I won't stop you from trying. Very well, if the clan tree raises its branches and lets you sail through, I won't stop you. We await the answer of the dead. I heckin' love dates. Aren't you going to Kapat? I thought you southerners were always in such a hurry. Like when your tourists come to visit. Their vehicles just drop them off somewhere empty. They all stand around a while, and then the vehicle takes them away again. You're right, I am concerned about Professor Mary. My best bet for now is to gather as much information about Sami as possible. Make things smoother for the rescue team. Plus, I want to spend more time with Kitan. Rhodes Island, they always say that nothing can rattle her except losing at cards. I never thought I'd see her looking so gloomy. What about you, Taifan? Taifan, isn't your clients down south in Kapat getting impatient? No idea. Huh? I don't actually know who the client waiting for me there is, or what they want me to do. Probably another one who wants me to help deal with the problem quietly. Can tag along next time. It's amazing what they'll do to keep things secret. Like leaving a message on a wooden board in a hole in a tree, when it was just about removing a dead horn beast. Shadow was no longer near the bees, but that just makes them even more scared. They look to me to take care of. Sounds like people trust you a lot. Do they really keep their distance from you just because they think your bow brings bad luck? Isn't that just like oripathy? Oripathy? Of course not. It's nothing like that. Do you no longer respect Simone because she has oripathy? But me, I'm not sure I've fully tamed this bow, to be honest. What is that? But you're the one holding it. It's not working, right? Wouldn't that be like when my drones malfunction? You can feel when something's wrong, right? Of course, I can keep an eye on it when I'm awake. What about when I'm dreaming and my consciousness leaves my body? Do you Southerners have a saying like this? The more people speak of doom, the clearer it casts its shadow. You don't? Alright. When I lived in Arch's cave, no one knew of me or my weapon. But things are different now. The more I help chase the shadows out of Sammy, the more people begin to talk about it. So, who can say when misfortune will suddenly catch up to me? I'm sure your bow will be fine. We journeyed all this way together with no problems, haven't we? Although I guess the plural of anecdote isn't data. Oh, what if you let my colleagues in engineering analyze it? Maybe they could come up with an explanation I can actually understand. They might be able to help me. My friend Mayer, for example, knows a lot about dealing with dangerous objects. And we're super close, so I'm sure she wouldn't mind me filling her lab with potentially risky weapons. Haha. But research can take a long time, huh? Can't exactly take your weapon from me for years. Oh, that was a quick ass change of scenery. Huh? Thank you, you're hardworking. I told you not to touch my bow. It is for me to deal with and only me. That's what Argis said. Uh, Going on here? What are you doing, Magala? Huh? Let go. Magala lets go without even thinking about it. The splash brings her back to her senses. She stares at the ripple on the surface of the water. What did I just throw in there? The flag and the Ursus trader gave you. You were scooping up muddy water from the marsh with it. I taught you to filter mud and sand with clothes, but I don't think you forgot. You didn't look right. Oh, you're right. I somehow got distracted again. I need to get it back. It was a gift. Don't dare reach out, do you? Yeah. Give me your hand. You know a way to deal with this situation? Oof. Feel calmer. That was amazing. Just a vine around my finger. Oh, you have one around yours too. Yeah? Shouldn't try to get it back. Remember what Simone said? Be careful. Alright? Strange. That was a defense meant specifically for demons. Did Simone's warning have meant? The dead have answered. Most want to be buried. One remains silent. Silence means there is no objection, at least. You must respect the wishes of the dead. Very well, we'll hold the funeral as usual. Careful when you get on the boat, Magala. Thanks. This is how the wetland tribes do it. Boats are launched once night falls. The river carries them to their final resting place, where they will sink into the water along with the boats. Only then can the dead be freed from the shackles of the flesh to walk free amongst the trees, travel with the flowing water to find their blood. However, the funeral is also our farewell to our home, which is why we will also bring our belongings and travel along with the dead. These boats will carry the dead home and the living away from it. Can Taifan and I come with you? We're not part of your family or tribe or anything. Oh, of course you can. In fact, I'd appreciate it if you did. Long gone that I'm just a lone wanderer, far from Sam. Still, it's painful to have to ride in a boat by myself, saying goodbye to my last blood. At least being able to hold a funeral will comfort the tribe. both the living and the dead. What is it, Typhon? Need a hand? No, it's just that your hand is so cold, Gitan. Like you've been standing in the freezing wind for a long time. The best you could do was rub your hands together. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. What did the dead tell you? Or rather, what was the silence in your divination? Spill the beans! The horn has been blown. Don't look back. Fate has instructed us to move forward. What was left behind will eventually return to us. Row. There's no more talk. Shaman's song can be heard from the head of the tree. The dead follow their ancestors as their names are read one by one. The breeze rings a string of bells on the boat carrying the bodies. The ceremony has begun. The fleet will not turn back. I'm sorry. The fourth time, I still saw the ceremony. The fifth time, I asked Lazal. Lazal, there's something I want to tell you. Or maybe it's something I wanted to hear you tell me. The road away from that blizzard was long. The river never thawed. I lived away from Sami, sailing with a boat of iron. It was so firm and steady that I couldn't help but dream back to how our clansmen dragged their boats across the river. Many lost the strength to pull their boats. Some lost the strength to pull even themselves forward. Too much was lost on that path. I dared not turn back. But in the end, that's all there is to it. I dared not turn back. We made opposing decisions and even took up arms against one another. The reason I never came back wasn't because I resented you, but perhaps none of that's important to a warrior stationed in the north. The leaves in the urn are almost burnt up. So please tell me. Why do you still refuse to answer, brother? Darkness, fog, darkness. Empty crystal ball. Why do I see nothing? Get corrupted? Alright, two more, two more. One day. Hello, Nurse's Caravan. Snow's getting heavier. Come on, take a swig. Bah, I still regret giving the Sami flagon over to that girl. Forget it. I'd be in serious trouble if the border guards found it. Besides, do you really believe that a few words inscribed on his drum and flagon are enough to keep someone safe? In this land of ice and snow, the only thing that can protect us is vodka. Well, now it's just vodka anyway. That's not what I meant. It's just that the night before the incident, we were all still sitting together and chatting. Yeah, I remember. Both of you had little sisters who were about the same age. And he never got a chance to make up with her. So just think of it as me feeling sorry for him. I know what it's like. People who've been fighting for so long have so much blood on their hands that they can never go home. But in the end, even after telling us all those stories about his family's squabbles, he never told us who they were fighting. They gave their lives to save us. We never even found out what happened. I should have kept his flagon. Honestly, I don't know how else to honor the memory of these mysterious Sami, other than with something I can touch. Maybe I'm just being too sentimental over a bunch of Sami savages. You still remember what they said when we were chatting that night? The Sami don't believe that death is the end. Like, say you think it's a completely windless night, but something still gets blown over. They'd call that the souls of the dead passing by. Not stupid if you ask me. Which, me or the Sami superstition? Both. Alright, time to call the others and get ready to do some business. Next drive shouldn't be too far from here. I saw someone in the snow. Nope. It's Antala. We're about to get right smack bang in a snowstorm. Sami bestowed upon us snow and ice to cleanse us anew. Sami bestowed upon us mud and soil to inherit blessings. We wish not to leave, yet nevertheless travel down the streams of departure. May our loved ones return home, like drops of water returning to the river. May disaster be kept far away, the lands you cannot protect. Asami and Lafias lowered their lanterns, bent down to scoop up handfuls of water, and sing along with the shaman in low voices. As the ship of the dead slowly sinks, one by one, the oil candles are extinguished. Darkness gradually spreads across the water. Even if you aren't a member of our tribe, you should still show some basic respect for our ceremonies. Put down your weapon, hunter with the black bow, lower your head. Look at that hunter over there. You've seen people like her in the northern ice field, right? Do you think she'll darken our fates? The more people speak of doom, the clearer it casts its shadow. So I will not speak of it. Someone else will. Ike Cerner will. But we are absolutely not among those who have the power to speak freely in this land. This is your final warning, Hunter. Or else we will be forced to take up arms. Wait, hold on. He's just standing guard. Hi, Fan. Can't you explain? I'm sure they'll understand. Shh. I feel it moving. Out of the way now. Everyone leave this place. Uh-oh. Got some demons? The demonia. Half an hour ago. We're almost there. Ooh, finally some good news. Didn't think I'd be the one to end up seasick. That is what this is, right? But Kitana, didn't you say you've been away from the tribe ever since they moved? How do you know where the burial site is? Look at the wooden fencing over there. It's a warning. Oh? In the wetlands, the waters where a tribe buries their dead are usually off limits. Fencing serves not only to warn those who are awake, but more importantly, to remind those who are sleeping. Because everyone meets their departed friends and relatives in their dreams. If they aren't careful, it's very easy to wander into these places. I see. Fascinating. I'll have to note this one down too. Be careful when dreaming. That mean I'll get in trouble again if I want to do some research on these waters? What do you have in mind? It's this here, a beacon. I want to set up underwater so I can collect some data. You said before that this thing can track a location? Yep. Okay, give it to me. Kitana, can we stop right before that fencing? I'm also getting the sense that something isn't quite right. Go ahead. Don't worry, I already foresaw your safety before I left at dusk. Huh? Did I ever ask you to read my fortune? All I remember is eating way too much for lunch and ending up in a food coma right until we boarded the ship. Nobody forced you to eat all that in one go. There were narcoleptic mushrooms in the soup. We often add a few when people are feeling anxious or uneasy. It sure was tasty. Anyway, thanks, Kitana. But it's true that we never asked her for any. Not that it matters. So how do we set up this beacon? Just toss it in the water and it'll handle the rest automatically. Toss it? With how much force? No force. Just let go of it and have it stick on its own. Whew. Oh, the beacon's up and running and the signal looks solid. It has an effective range of about 3,000 meters. We can keep moving, rowing the boat forward. Alright, now how am I supposed to make sense of this gibberish? I'd also like to keep track of the beacon. Oh, that's really easy. Way simpler to understand than all this Sammy stuff. Look, over here we have the most basic data. Relative coordinates of the beacon's location, water depth, close. I'm sure you can figure all that out on your own just from experience. In other words, it's continuously moving around underwater. It's probably just oscillating back and forth due to undulations in the water flow. These devices have extremely precise position. Specimen sampling comes next. The drones are a bit noisy when I put them to work. I prefer to use this compact beacon to do the preliminary water quality sampling and analysis first. While it's made for scientific investigation, its analysis is basically based mostly on the water's potability. But in areas not many people visit, even this simple analysis can sometimes produce anomalous results. Take a look. No, hello? Signal disappeared. I think it might have gotten swallowed up by Hughes Scalesis. Scalesis. Though we did take that sort of thing into consideration when you designed the beacon. No ordinary wild beast should be able to damage its outer cover. Tana? Alright, got it. I'll handle the ship for you. Wait a sec. You're going to do another divination? Yeah? But how many times have you used your original arts between yesterday and today? Not enough to worry about. Just think of it as me double checking my work. Hugs on Magellan's hand. Leave her alone. Fine. First time I met Gitan was when I was visiting Iffy at the Rose Island Medical Department. At the time, she was in a coma in a hospital bed and was carted in by the other field operators. They all said her arts take a heavy toll on her body. Even more reason to leave her alone then. She sensed something, which is why she's trying to read your fortune before you leave. And I agree with her. I felt a lingering shadow here this whole time. Don't know exactly what she's trying to double check. There's no point in trying to avoid an omen of calamity. It's her brother, isn't it? Just hope she finds whatever is giving her these strange premonitions. Watch out! Boat tilts sharply to one side, and Typhon pulls Magellan close just in time to stabilize the ship. Kitana falls heavily onto the deck, and an intense burst of arts flashes through her crystal ball. Kitano! Oof. I'm fine. I'm not the same self-defeating, self-destructive person I was years ago. This is just me trying my best. Well, as long as you're okay, let me help you out. However, try as I might, I couldn't find anything. What did you see in your divination? Fate. The fates of the diseased. My divination is little in common with Sami's prophecies. Really have special kinds of arts. Do not touch those who have passed. Their faces are pitch black, nothing more. Is that the same for everyone? No, there's one who hasn't responded to me. Anna holds up her crystal ball. There's nothing inside it save for the candlelight reflected from the fleet ahead. He remains silent. That is no fault of the diviners. We need to hurry and make our way to the front of the fleet. If I'm forced to draw my bow, the boat's going to rock a whole lot, and you two will need to keep it steady. Wait, back up. What's going on? The marsh is trying to drag us under. None are safe, living or dead. Well, might be worse. What? We don't know a thing, we really don't, so spare us, please. The only one who does is that Liberi who went to Kapat alone. He's the one you're looking for. Those Sami died to save us. We didn't know what else to do for them, except take the remains back to their hometown. No, that's not what I'm asking. When you took the bodies away, someone was bleeding black blood. Did you witness this yourself? Yes, I saw it with my own eyes. How could I make such a terrible mistake? Present ship, the ship of the dead. What are you doing? Using the waves to keep it from sinking any further. You turn the boat around. Now. This funeral can no longer continue. I will protect you from the rear. Let's go. You. Are you sympathizing with the outsider too? Maybe she's right. Or maybe she's finally lost her mind to the black girl. Either way, she poses just as much danger. Warriors, protect the fleet from front to back. Stay vigilant. Don't panic. Trust that Sami will protect our inner peace. Trust that calamity will never take it from us. The same goes for you too, Magellan Gitan. Hurry up. Wait, Haifan, I'd like an explanation. I need an answer. Is it the same as what I saw? Too many soldiers from the north are buried. Contamination has accumulated day by day until it all melded together. And this time, the disaster might have taken some of the dead. I understand. My arts are supporting the ship of the dead, preventing it from sinking. That doesn't solve the issue. So don't look back. But anything we can do to help? My drone is a combat module. There's going to be fighting. I can help out. No. The dark swamp surges up. The disaster merges into solid entities that lead towards Typhon from the black waves. For over a decade, she has seen the same dream again and again. A pitch black dream. Some say that while asleep, people can free themselves from the shackles of their corporeal forms, beneath both the living and the dead. Haifan has always known that if she could strip away the darkness covering her eyes, she could turn back and take one last look at her mother and father. Yet she has never seen anything, because a hunter only keeps her eyes on her prey. Don't look back, that's all. Stay behind them and keep rowing the ship. I'll handle the rest. The string is fully drawn. Ancient arts converge into a single shaft. She takes aim. Hell of a bow. Threats on the ice field are numerous. Extreme cold, waves of snow, ferocious beasts, demons, and, in the stories of certain tribes, herself. Haifan takes this for granted. There's a contaminated black bow on her back. She was engulfed by the shadows and escaped from them. In the eyes of others, she walks closest to disaster. Naturally, then, she should be the one to stand between those people and disaster. Looks like I got the drop on you again. Now depart from the lands of Sam. I'll pin you now. The hunter raises her voice as if shouting into the empty mark. The bowstring vibrates. The arrow hurtles? Hurdles. Actually not sure. Hurdle and hurtle. Okay, it is hurdle. This is how you actually spell hurdle. The arrow hurdles towards the water's depths. Whoa, the boat's rocking like crazy. What just happened? Did something fall into the water? Whoa, it got cold all of a sudden. The hunter's cry receives an answer from the water's surface. It is a soft murmur in the Sami. Water withered, hard ice melts. From the water's depths, it spreads out with the ripples of the falling arrow. In the blink of an eye, the swamp is engulfed in freezing cold. All is calm, save for the constant crashing sounds from beneath the ice. Hello. Thank goodness, I made it in time. Thanks, Simon. Do you hear my footsteps? Wherever you go, the snow follows. The wind told me this. Also, you said you'd attend the funeral. Ah, you guys really do trust me. Naturally, I have a good eye, both for the weather and for people. Bones here? We're safe. Looks like everything's quieting down. Does that mean our predicament is resolved? Thanks for red flagging it, Magellan. Not yet. No, no, no. What are they? What are those things? I told you not to look back. They are shadows left behind by contaminated corpses. No, don't come any closer. Those warriors buried beneath the water. Are they supposed to be sealed under the ice? Shouldn't they be resting in peace? The marsh. Why hasn't it calmed down yet? Ah! Close your eyes. Magellan, hold her hand. Give her a touch of reality, just like you always do. Then steer the ship away. Oh, okay. Gitano, do you feel any better now? It's calming down. Just like that, Gitano. Listen to me. It's normal to feel fear. If you continue like this, you'll be transformed too. You can seal the bodies, but you cannot seal the shadows that see from you. Don't blame yourself. Don't force yourself to see things through to the end. Your brother isn't at fault for this disaster, and you certainly aren't either. The disaster simply found us, or perhaps we found it, which is why it awakened. Jesus, you can transform into them too? This is like fucking final days! The ships can't move very quickly. How much time do we have, Simone? Traces of contamination are still all around us. I have no way to tell. Right, so this is why Sami warned the Frost Maple tribe that they had to move away. I can already feel their presence becoming more and more clear. Sounds are vanishing, colors are disappearing, bodies are melting. But don't worry, it won't affect my aim. I've always meant to ask, are you not afraid? Afraid of what? This way. Eager. Good, that's it, Simone. Direct your arts where my arrows fly. I pinned down one corner of the shadows. The black blood is oozing out slowly. Next arrow will be marked with fluorescent fletchings. That's up. Nightmare that terrorizes innocent children. Be gone. Crack, crack, crack. Ice beneath her feet splits bit by bit, yet the shadow before her eyes shows no signs of retreat. Arrow arts sink deep into the darkness, blackness flowing like ink through their consciousness and into reality. They're causing it to manifest? You really don't show any fear at all. Are you not afraid of the demons? You're not afraid that you'll fail, only to regret it forevermore? So tracking, the energy from the original art seemed to pour endlessly into the abyss. Santana tries to repair the eyes, but naturally it does not respond to her. Don't go any further, Simone. It's too dangerous. I know. Only I am at fault, and the responsibility is mine. What's that supposed? Huh? Premonition, a moment of inspiration. A chill rises from deep within her bones, like a gust of wind from a place where no wind blows. For some inexplicable reason, Magellan's the urge to turn around. She wants to see Simone and Typhon's enemies. Check if they are alright. Oh boy. We're gonna get yeah, no, it's not Lazarus. Yeah, which Bible story was that? Turn back. Yep, Sodom and Gomorrah. Is it Lot? Lot's wife? Even have a name. All she sees is darkness, an endless darkness. She remembers the stories she had heard. Someone was seriously injured in a fierce battle, fell into a deep coma with a high fever. He dreamt he was hanging from a tree, facing up against a pitch black beast so massive he could not see the whole thing. A branch pierced the top of his head, the blood flowing down over his body froze into a sculpture of crimson eyes, but the warrior neither moved nor blinked. 10 days and nights later, the fierce beast retreated, and he awoke from his fever only to find himself lying in the snow, with a wound atop his head fused with a tree bark. All Sami know this legend. Whenever they speak of experiencing Sami's calling, they will surely bring up this story. Ah, the endless darkness is suddenly torn to shreds by brambles. Black waves surge from between the cracks of the fractured ice, and the corpses that had begun to melt together reach towards the land with countless hands, but dissolve before they can stain the snow. Purifying arts penetrate the fog and shadow, and an entire army of northern warriors emerge from beyond the fencing. They stand in formation, waiting with weapons in hand. Only one of them crosses the fence to approach. Hello, sir. Is this Kier Singer or whatever his name? The hero. Bramble spread in the direction his warhammer points. That is a warhammer. Growing, twisting, and forming a ring that isolates the evil spirits. He extends his weapon, and the arts of his soldiers follow. Hello, what are you? What is this? With no hesitation, no fear of being contaminated, he strides towards the dead, transformed warriors whose faces are no longer distinguishable, and raises his warhammer high. Some sort of crystal, almost not like eyes. In a single blow, names both spoken and forgotten are dissipated all at once. The bright moonlight reflects across the forest's fresh snow. Those are three Scar warriors. There you go. Ike Thiner has come. I'm assuming that guy is Ike Thiner. Thank you. You saved our lives. We didn't expect warriors of the north to come so far south, especially not so close to the Colombians. Ike Thiner came here to rescue the Sami who have moved south. He just happened to arrive sooner because he received a request for help. I thought that rumor was false. Unfortunately, all the rumors about him are true. Only a few tribes lack snow peaks. You may recall that it has been more than a decade since anyone in our tribe has been touched by Sami's call. I first returned to my tribe from the north. It was precisely because we were unable to actively predict catastrophes or anticipate a disaster. Facing crises from every direction, we had no choice but to retain more soldiers. Now, even survival is difficult for us. Continuing to head south, perhaps even leaving Sami lands, is but a desperate measure. Ike Thirner, it is not for a lack of love for this land that we leave, but rather a matter of necessity. You harbor a resentment in your heart. How could I ever resent the very Sami that has given us everything? You cannot change my mind. You cannot back down. You have already experienced the demon's depredations of nature. Living and dead alike are seized all the same. Fate has thrust them upon the Sami, and we must face them and endure. You said the same during the snowstorm back then. Do not retreat. Do not move. We will stop the snowstorm and block the disaster north of the Fjallvert dawn. After the November hunt, the snowstorm did indeed stop. The line of black snow never crossed the other side of the mountain. Then you understand why there is no need for any Samiod to flee. You merely speak for your tribe, as well as those who are anxious, because they cannot receive Sami's revelation. What we advocate for is sweeping away that layer of fog completely. No Eikthenir, but you're doing flies in the face of everything we've experienced in Sami, passed down from generation to generation. We all know why only the most elite warriors travel to the northern lands. When we become aware of the demon's traces, we become conduits for them. We fear, and as such our weak hearts become their seed. The more who are aware of this evil, the harder the next battle becomes. Nobody is above fear, but anyone can conquer. That, take, that takes thousands of battles. Indeed, it takes thousands of battles. Mountains will once again become an indomitable line of defense, just as they were many years ago, before fear penetrated the hearts of the Sami. We will never leave, and the Sami will never die out. No matter how many generations, we must stand guard. It will be the disaster itself that dies first. What a Chad. Woohoo! I got a pic of Eikthenir. What makes him follower? He's the most authoritative warrior of the north, in the hearts of the Sami. That'll be very important to know on future research expeditions. Although he doesn't seem like the most easygoing guy. You never know. Maybe someone will come along who really wants to partner with him. Besides, what he just said to the other Sami should be recorded. What the Silent Mountain warriors know about the ice field, as well as how they combat the disaster, are all valuable data. And what was that word they used for the disaster? And Anskotarner means enemy. I feel like I've heard it before somewhere. But we'll write it down for now. So basically for the Sami, only the disasters from the ice field are considered as enemies? Ah, if only we could just listen in. I wouldn't have to go through all this trouble of sending in a drone-up buzz. Luckily, you taught me some tricks about camouflaging yourself so you don't alert your prey. Well, there goes the drone. Whoops, it got shot down. But it should still be salvageable. Once we get to Kapat, I can probably find a colleague from Rhineland to fix it. Consider yourself lucky then. By the way, you're clearly fighting against the same thing. They treat you like an outsider just because of your weapon? Black Bow aside, it's probably because of Argis. A lot of people see her as a mad woman, because they're quite familiar with the Cyclopses. Cyclops. The plural of Cyclops. How do you pronounce? Cyclopes. It's really Cyclopes? Oh god. Okay. I was right, Cyclopes. Live in seclusion in the Fjallvertaton. They believe that, as a Cyclops, she should never have walked out of that cave. She'd never have made contact with so many people. One who foresees fate will easily twist the fates of others. One who foresees fate. In their eyes, I am someone who's had her fate twisted. Like branches that have been artificially grafted together. Trees like that will not grow properly. It's perfectly fine to me. I think so too. Oh, Simon. Please, let me check if you two are okay. This bird brain over here seems fine enough. It just won't stop bouncing around. Eh? You disagree? You act as if nothing happened. Well, I guess that's true. Alright, Simon. What is it? I didn't have time to answer your question earlier. I'll do it now. I am scared. When I'm on the hunt, I have other things to think about. Where to aim, the speed of the wind, reducing where my prey will be. When my head is full of these thoughts, I have no time to be scared. Now that I must overcome again and again, my resolve will never be shaken. But just now, when the ice shattered, if I'd been the one to fall through, then that too would be fate's plan. So are you able to calmly confront the torments of fate because Archie shared her visions with you? No, she's never spoken about it. Haha, that makes me feel better then. The tragic prophecies of a cyclops should not befall a child like you. Where's Kitano? She left by herself. I don't know where she plans to go. She said she'll send word to Rhodes Islands once she made up her mind. How unfortunate. There's something I wanted to tell her earlier, but she should already understand that. Alright. Even though I don't know exactly what's going on, I need to thank you all for resolving the crisis. Kitana too. Wait, what did she do? She was already exhausted by her arts. Given the terror caused by the disaster, she wouldn't have been able to do anything rash. Oh, she sent a request for help to the nearby tribes yesterday. Just earlier, she told me something in secret. That she felt a vague sense of worry and guilt, so she wanted to ask for help. Hello there, Mr. Snow Priest. Thank you and the other 3 Scar Warriors for helping us today. You're all lifesavers. Yep. Child of the Santology, daughter born of the biting cold. Please do not call me that. We went after the Ursus. You can see everything. How did it go? He once hesitated because he longed for the shade beneath the ancient branches, failed to become a snow priest. He still wished to live as the old tree's steward, and I have no further questions for you. The time is limited because of Oracle. That is no reason for you to lose sight of your goals. You understand this well, daughter of Pistology. You understand the futility of revenge better than anyone else. It is precisely because of that futility that it becomes a never-ending task, one that requires a constant search for new lives to fulfill. I am just an outcast, worthy of your attention. No one has forgotten the young shaman who was born to command the wind and snow. I'm sure you're quite disappointed now that you've met her in person. Hatred and stone alike took root within this body. She was robbed of an eye and naturally became blind. No, she is a warrior, just as in the legends of the past. Yoda, Andarsar. The will of the All-Father has warned us. All that you see serves as a warning. The mountains raised by Sami are not enough to protect us from the disaster. Our sole enemy approaches on our land. Even so, will you continue to wander the ice, aimlessly seeking vengeance? Sorry, I need to go to Kapat with my companions. He is a Chad. Nobody's left. One more snowstorm, and these fragile houses will disappear. I only had time to see the ruined land. Is this fate showing mercy or cruel? Brother, I now know what you saw when you turned back. Wondering aloud, he sits at the water's edge. He leans down, wanting to cup the water to her face to wash away the dirty melted snow. As she approaches the surface, shadows block the shimmering light, and she suddenly sees a wine flagon at the bottom of the water. She recognizes the aged flagon as well as the prayer inscribed. Bestow upon the Mirkwood sacred purity. O travelers, retrieve your innocent sight. Those eyes discern fate. Bestow upon my home a lasting tranquility. My people, the dreamland is silent as falling snow. Sleep now, or one day we will finally be able to return to that peaceful dream. Of course, it ends up with her. And of course, it was his brothers or something. Something along those lines. God damn! So far, I've learned to never fucking go to Sami. Thank you. Magalan last. Alright. Here we go. Then tomorrow is IS4. Yay! Spectacular. Show me another one. Dare say your skills will be no less impressive in Rankwood, my friends. There's a tourist spot, huh? Guy waving the sign around looks a bit familiar. he the one who performed in front of a restaurant near Rhine HQ? Oh, right. Being right next door to a fast food joint was the Caravan International Travel Agency's selling point. But he was flipping that sign around way too fast for me to see what was on it. Hot Springs. Oh, have you been there before? Nope. But I've seen more than enough outlanders shivering from the cold and asking where the hot springs are. That must be why they come here. I'm actually pretty interested in those myself. You're blessed by the Sami villain. Not so difficult to find a hot spring in the forest. Well, I haven't been to southern Sami in years. I've also heard that the locals often encountered anxious southerners on the road. They'll offer handfuls of unfashioned gold bars in exchange for divining the location of nearby hot springs. Did they get an answer? Who knows? What I do know is that some people mistakenly believe that because of the Southerners' apparent fondness for such ugly ingots, they must never have developed any sense of aesthetics. And I guess they never reached a mutual understanding. However, they did end up finding experienced people like yourself and eventually discovered hot springs on their own. Take a look at that. The thing that's always singing. Oh, an advertising truck. That's right. If you follow it all the way, you'll find another hot spring that they're developing. This sort of thing happens often. You're quite knowledgeable about this little town. Of course, it's Sami soil. Even without many strange occurrences, people need my help with. It's not like I can't figure out what's happening. This place feels pretty different from the rest of Sami. Where did I put my visitor's brochure again? Oh, found it. According to the map, everything from here to here is nothing but resorts for the tourists. There are hardly any Sami homes. Neighborhoods we've been walking through not only have electricity, good signal strength, and even intercity net, but yeah, I smell water purifiers too. Considering this is where a lot of major tech company offices are concentrated, it makes sense that they'd want convenient communications. But the insides of the offices don't look much different from the ones at Rhine HQ. Also, they're using steel beams and concrete to simulate the appearance of large trees and putting their buildings on top of it. Isn't that offensive to Sami? Probably not. I can see why they do though. Their people are terrified of Sami. They lock themselves in metal cages for protection. Can't argue with that. Even for researchers like me who've gone to the ice field quite a few times, there's no way we can match how freely you can move around out there. Don't worry, even so, you're still connected to the land of Sami. That's what Argis always said. Galan, do you mind if I take a look at that brochure of yours? Go ahead. But I got it when I was entering the endless ice field from Ursus. All the labels are in Ursine. What do you want to see? Maybe I can help you find it? Oh, that's the wrong side. That's just an ad for an Ursus nursing home with a Sami resort. It's fine, Magellan. I can read it myself. Here they are. Coordinates for the transmission. Excuse me, I have some business to take care of. Taifan, Magellan, I'm afraid we'll have to say goodbye for now. Oh boy. Next time, I'll be setting up for the endless ice fields from here. I'm sure we'll meet again, Simone. Run into any snowstorms though, please come back to save us. Will do. Next time, is it? That's right. After this little excursion is over, who knows where I might end up. I wish you the best, Miguel. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna get an altar. Bye, Simone. What about you, little typhoon? Ryan Lash's office is right around the corner from here, and I need to make a report. Where's your client? No idea. All I just said was that someone's waiting for me in Kapat. Still, well, I suppose I'll just walk around for now. I'm sure I'll run into them. And how about your check over here? Alright, let me give you some spare change. That way, you'll be able to take the tour buses to get around town. Alright, I'm off. There goes the gang. Huh, and what the heck is little Typhoon? Oh. Typhoon raises her head and sees a tall, familiar-looking figure standing beneath the eaves. The hunter, in all her vigilance, failed to notice when she got there. Okay then, I think I figured it out. The person waiting for me might have been none other than Argis herself. Good one. Look who it is. Isn't our little Maggie? It's been forever since I heard your voice in the audio report archive. We've been worried sick. You were just about ready to add your name to the search and rescue list. Eh, looks like you've been pretty good so far. So tired of energy bars and compressed biscuits yet? How about some flavorful Mama John's instant spicy beast meat? Oh, thanks. Oh, but who might you be? Is that Beach Brella's logo on your clothes? There's no need to look so confused. Beach Brella feels. While our logo might feel out of place in cold and frigid Sami, Corporate printed us a special snow-themed pattern, see? Almost everyone knows your name by now, Magellan. A rising star of Icefield research. So experienced at exploration, and at such a young age. Eh. There's not much to do out here in Sami. All us bored folks from the neighboring offices who got to know each other and shared juicy gossip. Besides, several large companies with lots of employees registered with the Exploration Society will be getting together to conduct the search and rescue operation of Director May Merriam. Probably with an I, right? And his expedition team. Came back at us just the right time. Now that we prepared both the manpower and the resources, all that's left is the first-hand data you brought back. For whatever reason, I've got a really good feeling about this mission. I can't picture the director getting himself killed. He's so stubborn, he might as well be some kind of immortal monster himself. According to his files and medical reports, he's always just been a regular Kuranta. I also have faith he's still out there because I heard his voice when I was having auditory hallucinations along the way. Hallucinations? Yeah, it's a long story. It'll probably take a while just to sort through the notes I took. For example, stay far away from black snow, and if you're hearing things, don't answer. And near the endless ice field on the Fial Veterton, there's a high wall made out of many fortresses filled with warriors. I'm sure they're nice people, but it's best to keep your distance. A high wall? Can Sami technology compete with Victoria's city defense artillery? No, the people here are too different from how they're depicted in the Explorer's Guidebook, published by Ursus last century. No progress in 100 years? We've gone from barren wastes to multiple high-tech cities in less than that. No wonder my colleagues in the business section always complain about how difficult it was to set up an office here, and how hard it is communicating with the Sami. But if the locals can overcome the difficult environment with only their own methods, then it should be a piece of cake for us. I wouldn't be so sure of that. I've encountered plenty of situations where I was in over my head. I wouldn't have made it without my friend from Rhodes Island. Oh, and there was also a particularly nice hunter I met near the ice field. She was incredible, you know. She knew all of Sami like her own backyard and was always glad to help. Both of them have so many survival skills I've never seen before, and they saved my hide more than once. Anyway, if you still have enough supplies left over for the search and rescue operation, I'd like to apply to join the team. I got a ton of information during this trip through Sami and might not be able to sift through all of it on such short notice. Huh? Hi, Fawn. Good, you're still here. The hell you doing here? And where's Argus? Argus? Oh! Valarvin, or whatever her name is. Please do not doubt me, Typhon. I saw only a glimpse of faith. Only that you came to this little town and gave away a casket. At the time, I did not know where you got it from, what was inside it, and who was meant to receive it. Yeah, I'm used to that by now. So you went and found it yourself, right? After sending you off, I still embarked on a journey to fulfill my destiny and to await its guidance. It smelled like snow dripping from the fir trees. Come a long way, crossed into the ice field. You went to places I've never been to before. Surrender all to fate. Surrender all to fate. It's great that you're the one to finally fulfill the prophecy. Alright, so where did you happen to get this little box? Uh-oh. This is the nice person I was just talking about. Nice person? Why does she always look like that? Oh, hello there. I've heard you're quite familiar with Sami, and we happen to be putting together a search and rescue team to enter the ice fields through Sami and locate missing Rhine Lab members. Do you think you can be persuaded to be our guide? We'll pay you handsomely. I decline. If you need a guide, better find someone else. I'm a hunter, and I have more important work. Here, take this, Magala. Huh? Argus wanted me to give it to you. belongs to Rhineland. To us. You're right. This is our logo. ID verification lock, employee number. This is an equipment box from the scientific investigations section. Judging from its size, it should be a general purpose lockbox used for storing sensitive components. And the serial number belongs to Director Mariam. Wait, Haifan, I guess met with the research team? You know the one this box belongs to? My teachers, the leader of the missing research team. In other words, Argus worked together with the missing team. Huh? Wait, if she was a first-hand witness and even cooperated with Rhinelab, then why hasn't she come to see us in person? Because that's the vision she saw. Vision? Is she one of the legendary Cyclopes? Are there really living Cyclopes in Sami? I have to meet her. Does she speak any modern languages? Do we need some kind of ritual to summon her? I don't think she's all that different from us. She's pretty fond of Colombian geographical magazines. But I'd like to speak with her face to face too. Is there no way? She might just feel that this isn't the fated time yet. Okay, but what happened to the others then? I'm sure you can already guess this answer. All Argus told me was that she entered the ice field with the expedition team. So the extra supplies Professor Mary took from the scientific investigation station weren't just for emergency use, but for her. Cyclopes can see the future. She tried her best to help the team avoid danger. But the tragic end was inevitable. Well, that's her way of saying she did the best she could. After encountering the demons, only she and the box's owner survived. The professor would always tell us that when facing nature, our first priority was to survive. Never had such a huge loss of life since the formation of scientific investigation, and he must be even more devastated than us. So this is the endless ice field. Haifan, did the survivor return with Argus? He continued to advance deeper in, alone. He is insane. I knew it. That sure sounds like the Director Mariam. Also, I have some words to pass on. First, Argus wanted me to apologize to you. Second, the person who gave her the box said, the journey of discovery must never end. I wonder what's inside the box. Think you should be seeable through outside. Just a flower? Uh-oh. Is it a flower with no roots? Yep. Seal it away. We're currently cross-analyzing the chemical structure of the environmental particles stuck to the specimen box. However, we know very little about the endless ice field. It may be difficult to determine the missing team's location based on this alone. No matching data can be found. Does that mean that the director pushed the boundaries of human exploration into the ice field? I believe so, which is why this flower is an extremely valuable specimen. In all my time exploring the ice field, I've never seen anything like this. Though I have seen an entire field of flowers underground, the environment down there was pretty unique to be able to support plant growth. This particular flower. Magalan carefully observes it through the display window of the specimen box. It looks really strange, almost like it isn't a plant at all. Flowers I dug up before had robust root systems that allow them to absorb nutrients from beneath the ice. But where are the roots on this? Someone as careful as the director wouldn't have damaged the specimen during collection. That would significantly reduce its research value. Let's start with basic observations. Given the conditions here, we probably won't get any results right away. To conduct the next phase of research, we'll have to wait until the sample is transported back to HQ, passed on to Ecological for handling. Nope, that's Mumu. Special messenger will arrive in Kapat shortly. We can leave the in-depth study of the specimen to them. Still need to contact Director Mariam as soon as possible. By the way, Magalan, are you sure you want to head right back out on another trek? Your protective gear needs maintenance, and we won't be able to get any spare drones in Sami within 3 days. But I'm worried about the director. Besides, my protective gear is still in good shape. After all, I was only passing through Sami, not heading deep into the ice field. That's really no stopping you. Alright then, I'm going to break the specimen box's seal. Understood. Please begin reporting your findings whenever. I'm ready to record. Uh-oh. Here we go. It was colorless flower, like a shadow cast by ice. But the moment the box was unsealed, the invisible air throughout the laboratory was dyed with myriad colors. It identified its current space, reoriented its position, and established its own territory. The Colombian researchers had no time to react. They did not realize they were being contaminated along with the entire lab, nor did they hear the thunderous noise that shattered the dead silence. Oh shit. Gasp. What happened? Oh no, the wall. The glass is all shattered too. And who are you? Who said you could barge in here? Don't move. Finish sealing the flower, Taifan. That should be enough, right? Yeah, you react much faster than before. Does this mean... Oh, the box is opened, and Scotanir will realize. You've already opened the box. Oh, it's a pioneer. This is the Sammy branch office, right? What's going on in here? Something dangerous? Or you could call it a major discovery. Oh, music is back, boys. A completely new type of plant, or even a completely new type of phenomenon. Ah, Director Mariam really sent us an amazing gift. Something's off. Director Mariam and Argus knew this flower was so dangerous. Why did they send it back anyway? Why didn't the director try to stop us from studying? And the question is that, since when do explorers fear danger? A phenomenon that flies in the face of everything we take as common sense. This is an absolute scientific goal. Should we prioritize forming a larger team to study it in depth? I think our search and rescue come first. We'll locate Director Mari and simultaneously open up a route for those who come after. Oh right, we also need to hurry up and ask the director what he wants to name this new plant species. Excuse me? I'll record the description to submit as a report. Please take my recording back along with the sample, Mr. Messenger. Also, have HQ submit a report to the Exploration Society announcing this discovery as soon as possible. Understood. I have to admit, Exploration Society is much more efficient at getting teams together for this kind of thing. Some of them don't even have the patience to gather a team. You know who I mean, Magellan, like those explorers famous for preferring to work alone. Yeah, some of them are my good friends, even if you're always making fun of them. But this discovery is much more valuable than any of my previous explorations. I think this joint venture will attract not only explorers, but also researchers in the fields of biology, geology, and meteorology to join the expedition. More and more people will become interested in the ice field. That's not good. The more people who fear, the stronger they get. That is very not good. Ha! Once we're back from the research operation, things might get so busy here we won't even recognize the place. How are you feeling, Magellan? I remember you mentioning before that you wanted to see if this so-called endless ice field really does have an end. Well, now you're one step closer to your dream. Well, that's hard to say. Before Magellan can join her colleagues in celebration, she feels Taifan tugging on her hand. Huh? Want to talk to me outside? Oh boy. Seems like a sensitive matter. What's wrong? Well, I just said there was no point trying to stop you because you might find a way to discover everything about Sami on your own. Just as Sami's warriors are willing to sacrifice their lives to hold the northern front, the southerners, yet to receive the revelation of their destiny, will continue exploring to lift the veil from this land at any cost. But before you people get too caught up in your fantasies, I have to remind you of something. This is also so you don't wind up as misfortune, as Argus said. Misfortune. The Cyclope's vision. The last thing she saw was a tragic ending. If you're ever in trouble, find me. Thank you. Galen suddenly feels a slight chill. She turns her head, and inexplicably, a snowstorm is raging outside the window. Oh, hello. Where are we? Fish's library. Somebody's... Who said library? Ha! You understand the feeling of pain very well, more than most Sami, who have resigned themselves to it. You understand how to torture someone. Sami beasts have no shortage of tricks. Ah. Engulfed in your witchcraft, I can't even feel the pain of being pierced by an ice pick. I just want a clear air. What is the black mark? And why have you smuggled in? Answered. I can always end this sooner. You'll regret this, witch. Letting me die here will do nothing but make Sammy suffer more. Sammy does not care about your foolish ambitions. Ambitions? Hardly. I've come here to die, and I'm more than happy to do so. This information will never be sent back to Ursus, and you'll regret it. Speak. The Black Mark is a missing member of the Emperor's Royal Guard. I found his footsteps. Footprints. Black footprints. Okay. His dominion has collapsed. The demons have completely taken him. Ha! He will contaminate your land for all of eternity. And nobody alive knows where he is now. You... Ugh! Let these words linger in your ears before the cold takes away your consciousness forevermore. Sami know neither fear nor panic. We have guarded the mountains for hundreds of years. We are Sami's fangs to sever the demon's tracks. You and your ilk are not even enemies. The affairs of the Ursus end here. Haha, oh fate. Your warning has once again drawn my gaze back to the contaminated land of Sami. How could I have ever forgotten my duty? I understand now that it's time for me to return to the wind and snow of the ice. Okay, so Black Mark is the name of the EB. The one that cost us the Ama's affection. Nice. Now we can do IS4 tomorrow. Very nice. Made it just in time. Huh?
Doctor,
That's it for now, boys. IS4 next time, baby.